She mine for the weekend, I swear she a scissor. The next say blizzard, the money make me get up. I brought my but don't test my hitters. Always in the cut like scissors. She like the Prada and jewels, a house with a pool. She know she the just look how she move. I bought her bags from Milano cause I'm proud of you too. S-class, but I dropped out of school. Always with my ace like it's honor roll, honor roll. Please don't hit my phone if you ain't talking though. Know the line is tapped, got it talking cold. Sick with it, got me talking cold. I done made a lot of bands, I'm so rock and roll. Ice cream wrist, rocky road. Money getting blue, snotty nose. Copping licks I couldn't bite in, no more sloppy Joe. She mine for the weekend, I swear she a scissor. The next say blizzard, the money make me get up. I brought my but don't test my hitters. Always in the cut like scissors. Smoke green that make you lean with it, rock with it. Jula gave me Cuban links with the rocks in it. New whip, make her move her hips when I hop in it. India to hang with me, you gotta sign this document. Wake up in the morning feeling fly as it ain't got no logo, but this YSL. I ain't never been no snitch, only time could tell. Rollie on the wrist, life's a beach, I got all kind of shit. She mine for the weekend, I swear she a scissor. The next say blizzard, the money make me get up. I brought my but don't test my hitters. Always in the cut like scissors. She like the Prada and jewels, a house with a pool. She know she the just look how she move. I bought her bags from Milano cause I'm proud of you too. S-class, but I dropped out of school.
Yeah, it's your boy Worldorama, and we here at another episode of Grindhard TV Podcast. We are super lit today. You know what I mean? And I'm cracking open the body. Y'all see what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. I've been promoting this.
Yes, Sun God is all
yes. And if y'all heard somebody? Yeah, baby.
What's up?
Y'all see who that is? That's Quelly right there.
What's up? What's up?
This is the woman behind all of this, Sun Goddess right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're going to get more into Quelly because she's here with us the whole show. But the music that I sparked it off with, that was from Mario Cannon, because we just did a Times Square takeover Friday night in Times Square. Y'all could go to the lives on Grindhard TV Podcast. It's so crazy. Yo, we turned it up out there as we usually do. I actually got the guys on live with me right now. You know, y'all could request to come in. You know what I'm saying? Mario, if you want to come in, I just played your record. I opened the show with it. If you want to come in, we could talk a little bit about it. I can introduce you to Quelly. She's in the building. We're here. So let me know what you want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm going to crack open this bottle right here. You know, we're going to drink on some Sauvignon Blanc first. Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes, Sauvignon Blanc.
Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? So, until these guys come in, I want to let everybody know that y'all see me promoting that we're going to have Quelly from Wine Talk and Sun Goddess Wines in the building, and she is here. I don't be capping. Yo, we really have her in the building. Let's say something, Quelly. Let the people know.
What's up? What's up?
You know?
My name is Quelly. I am the wine snob. Yes, I'm a certified level 2 WSET, which means I get to talk to people about wine. So say the world. Yes. And you can find me at Therealwinesnobs on Instagram.
Now, what made you come up with the Real Wine Snobs? Like where that came from?
Well, I originally started this with my homegirl Jade, and we just did it. We would go into like these wine tastings, and they were so snooty and boring to the point where you didn't want to learn about the wine. You just wanted to drink and for it to be over with because we weren't comprehending. And then we said to ourselves, well, we can do this ourselves. Right. And at the time, we were laughing about coming up with a name because we were trying to think what we should say because we were wine novice. We were new to wine, and we didn't want to call ourselves the novice. And we wouldn't drink things like certain things, like we wouldn't drink red wines because red wines can be a little bit harsh on the palate, especially if you're a new drinker. They tend to be a lot bolder, filled with tannins, things that cause like your mouth to dry out and be a little. They can be a little bit bitter. So when you're new to drinking wine, if you don't know that and you start with the red, you're like, I'm never gonna drink red, and you're being really snobbish about it. And so we were laughing because we were being so snobbish about it, and we were like, oh, let's call ourselves the wine snobs.
Yo, that's what it is. Let me see who's coming in. I got somebody at the door. They're gonna have to hold up. But the wine snobs. So it really comes from you being snobbish about wine.
Yes.
I thought it was just like a play on something, like people that drink wine and they serious about wine. They're really snobbish about their wine. I
mean, yes, there are wine snobs out there who won't drink like certain wines just because they feel how they feel about the quality of the wine in itself. But we were just taking it and doing the opposite of it, like doing a spin on us just not really knowing about wines and being snobby about it. Like, oh, I will never drink a red wine because it's nasty.
Right. Well, for me, wines are all dry to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's like a bitterish, grapish taste of wine to me. Okay. Even red wines, white wines to me. It's just some are sweeter than others and some are smoother than others. Like if you drink a Moscato or something, like a lot of times those are more smoother and sweeter. But when you got like serious wines like this wine, you definitely got, to me, it's like a dry taste with it all, but some are just sweeter than others. And I could tell like the difference in the flavors, but it still has like a dry flavor to me, whether it was like white wine or red wine. Because I drink wine on occasion. I'm more of a liquor drinker, and I don't really like drink that often. But I like wine, especially when it's cold. Yeah. Cold wine is like really good. I think, to me, cold beer, cold wine is really good when you're thirsty and you want to quench your thirst and get a little buzz or something like that.
Yeah. But certain wines, you want to make sure you watch your temperature with it, because if it's too cold, it could be like bitter and harsh. Some wines do need to be like at a nice, warmer temperature.
Right. We got Platinum Plus P walking in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's part of my lateness, everybody.
Yes.
Traffic, that New York City traffic.
Yes. Everybody blames the latenesses on traffic, I noticed. They like, the New York City traffic. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, I heard that's what y'all was saying yesterday when y'all went to that show. Yesterday, y'all was talking about, the traffic, the New York City traffic. Because y'all was late to y'all show yesterday. But yo, we have Quelly in the building. We have my special guest host, Platinum Plus P, here in the building. You know what I'm saying? Hey. And we talking about the wine, but you're a wine connoisseur and a wine snob, so I uncorked the bottle. Is it a special way you're supposed to pour wine or something like that? There
is a special way you're supposed to pour wine so that it just doesn't drip. Right. But I just pour wine regularly.
All right, let's go.
You're supposed to give it a turn so it doesn't drip.
Okay. Learn something new every day.
Wow. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Look at that crap.
Okay. Yes, but I just pour it regularly.
All right, cool. Let's pour it up. Pour it up.
Tell me when.
Pour it up.
All right, we're pouring it up.
All right, go ahead. Give yourself some. You know what I mean?
Right. I usually don't drink wine out of plastic.
Well, I was going to bring some glasses.
You should have. I was thinking about bringing some glasses for you. I really was.
Yeah, I ain't going to front. I was supposed to bring some glasses for you and stuff like that.
No, it's all good.
Hold up. You don't... Platinum Plus.
Yeah, I mean, give me a little... I don't drink, but I will taste your wine.
Yes.
That I will do.
You got to taste it.
Definitely. I used to drink wine.
Okay.
I was a wine drinker.
Yeah.
So I'm privy.
All right, so this one is a little bit more serious on the palate. It's a lot drier meaning that it has less sugar.
Okay.
That's how you measure dryness in wine. When you say dryness, it's the amount of sugar in wine.
Right. So you made these wines.
I did not. Oh. My sister made this. These wines are made by Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Get it right, y'all. Listen, we got Quelly in the building.
Someone made it. That's right. Mary made it.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to the Queen, Mary. Are we toasting? Let's toast.
Yes, let's toast.
Yes.
Shout out
to
salute,
wonderful
success, wealth, and health.
Yes, health all the day.
Nice. Sauvignon Blanc. Nice.
Yes.
Nice taste. and I haven't drank in a very long time.
Oh, so I got Platinum Plus P in here drinking.
That's right. I'm doing this shout out to my girl Mary J. Blige because let me tell you, she is definitely the queen, right?
Yes,
We
she's
love you,
out
Mary.
here.
We love you, Mary.
Yes.
Straight up.
Yo, let me
So,
tell you how much I love Mary J. Blige.
Go ahead, and I'm gonna tell you mine.
I love Mary J. Blige so much that I kind of know the first album, 4-1, I know the whole thing, like all of the words. My boy, God bless the dead, Romy, his favorite song was You Remind Me. And when he passed away, he didn't pass away, somebody killed him. And all we did was play that record in memory of him. You know what I'm saying? You remind me, yeah. Yo, that song has a very sentimental value to me. You know what I'm saying? Aside from the whole album from when it came out, she just took over the game, Queen of Hip Hop Soul. Like, Queen of Hip Hop and R&B. That's what it
Absolutely.
was. You know what I mean? And Mary J. Blige, she raised us on that music. And
Absolutely.
I'm very happy and privileged to be in here drinking her wine with her sister.
Yes.
So,
me
yo,
too.
let's get to that because I was telling everybody and I was promoting it crazy. Oh, I got Mary J. Blige's sister from Wine Goddess coming up. And they was like, Mary only has one sister. I was like, yo, cut it out, yo. Cut it out. So please let these people know real quick like what it is.
So Mary does not only have one sister; she has two, and I am the baby sister.
Right.
So a lot of people don't know me because they're so used to seeing Latanya
At
around.
everything.
But her and Latanya are very similar in age, and I am the baby sister.
Right.
You guys maybe have seen me; you just didn't know because I was a little girl.
Well, they gonna know now.
Right, they're gonna know you
They
now.
gonna know now.
Yes.
From this and all the promo from this. Oh, they're gonna know about you
Yes.
now, Quelly.
Mm-hmm.
And your name is Joan. What is it? It's the whole,
John Quell.
John
John
Quell.
Quell.
So
Yes.
Quelly is a nickname played off of John Quell.
Yes, my whole family calls me Quelly, and I felt like it was easier to say because
Right.
I have such a beautiful French name
Yeah, Jean
that my
Quell.
sisters named me because my full name is John Quell Moet.
Oh, Jean
Yeah,
Quell.
my-
It's probably
Jean
said
Quell.
like
Jean Quell Moet.
Jean Quell
Jean
Moet.
Quell.
Jean Quell Moet.
Ah, Jean Quell Moet.
Latanya named me John Quell, and Mary named me Moet.
Oh, look at that shit. See, she was named by her sisters.
Nice.
You see that? That's family love right there. And here it is. What do you do for Sun Goddess Wines? Like, what is your role in the company?
Currently, I am brand ambassadoring, just getting people aware of the brand, going out there, especially in the Black and Brown communities, because that's where Mary's audience is.
Yes,
right.
yes, we love her.
Yeah, we should support her
The Black and
100%.
Brown community. Not saying white people don't listen to her music, because y'all do too, but the Black community loves Mary. Even more now that she's on that fucking 50 show, because that right there, she's playing the hell out that role.
yes.
Give a hand clap for that shit.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
for
Mary,
Monet.
good luck. You know what I'm saying? Monet is
Yeah.
not playing. She is not playing. I'm so happy and proud of her, and I'm happy to have you here drinking the Sauvignon Blanc wine and stuff like that. So it's Mary, it's Latanya,
Bruce.
Bruce, and it's you.
Yes.
Okay.
See, I never knew she had a brother.
Yeah. Mhm.
See, so you learn something new every day.
I'm the baby. I'm the last one.
Right, the last one. Mom's after you. Mom's like, shut down, cha-ching, clink, cha-ching, clink. Ain't no more. You know what I mean? But what do you do like coming up? Being because you was born, she didn't get on yet until like 89. I think it was like
Yeah, like 90.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was like 89, 90 when Mary came out. So you was still like a baby
Yes, I was
around
like-
all of that success because it happened fast.
Well, even when she came on, we lived in the projects for
Right,
a
in
little
Yonkers.
while.
I know the
even
story.
when she had like a hit album, we were like living in the projects still in Yonkers. So we didn't officially move out of Slow Bomb until I was like 6.
Right.
So, but she's always been, being that young, she's always been married to me. Like,
Right.
this is what my sister does.
Right.
Yep. How proud of you are you for your sister? Because
I'm super proud. Like when I was little, I didn't really understand it. I just thought like, okay, that's cool, but I didn't understand it.
Right.
And then the fact that what she's doing now
Yes.
in her career, like with the Super Bowl
Yeah.
and being nominated
Yes.
for Emmys for the
Yes.
Super Bowl, like I think only Michael Jackson and Prince have done that.
right.
So-
Did she get a star already on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
Yes, she got a
She
star.
got a star.
Yes.
She got a star. She got a star like a couple years back.
Wow.
Yeah, just her career in acting. Because I remember
crazy.
she didn't want to act. Like that wasn't her
Yeah,
thing.
because she never throughout her career when she was like blowing up with the different albums, she really never was in no movies. I think maybe I see her in one thing.
Yeah, she was in that movie with she played the mother to Just Son.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I forgot the
seeing
name of it, but she was excellent in that movie. She was in New York Undercover. She
Those
was
like
like
little
and then
sprinkling
Yeah, she
acting
did
roles.
like the. I
and
think
then
her
she
first
did an
role was
HBO.
Jamie
She did an
Foxx.
HBO special, an HBO movie.
Right.
And
Okay.
Mary, she was dope. But I'm a big Mary fan too.
Yes.
Let me just tell you my Mary
'Cause
story.
we from that era. That's why.
Yeah.
It's Platinum Plus P,
Absolutely.
you know
So I
what
have one big question for you, but I'm gonna tell you what I love Mary. I'm so being that we are from her era. You know, my favorite song, I never bought CDs growing up. I just never purchased a CD in my life. And Mary did a song called Everlasting Love. When I tell you I went and bought that CD, it was a Quincy Jones joint.
Yeah.
And I was like, that song, I mean, that was the only time I purchased it, only because of Mary. Right. Like, so Mary is like, you know, she's up there with Janet and Whitney and everybody
she is.
for us, for our era.
She is a living legend.
We absolutely adore. We get into arguments. Like, you know, people say, oh, what's your top 5? And our Mary will always be in the top 5 for excellency. We beef over Mary.
Oh,
like
right.
we're like, listen, nobody can say nothing about Mary.
Yeah, Mary's like an R&B goat.
Yes, she is. Yes,
like,
to
she's a
us,
goat.
we love Mary. So
Right
what I
on.
wanted to ask you is, you being her younger sister, so young, the age difference between you and her, with your age group, do you find yourself, like how we say we have to, like, you know, the younger group sometimes they'll pick somebody, you know, these younger girls, and we're like, what? Like, you don't know about Mary? And then we got to throw on Remind Me. You know, like, take it all the way back and be like, Mary is the truth. So do you find yourself with your peers having that conversation with them sometimes, or do they just automatically stick to you, like, because you're Mary's sister and just give it to you because you're a sister? Or are they honest?
Or do you get the fan spillover, the spillage?
I do get the fan spillage, but because, you know, so many people didn't know for so long, and I'm not like the type to go around and be like, oh, this is my sister,
Right.
and be boasting. I like to hear what people say, and I want you to. So I sit back,
and
Right,
watch.
exactly, and
take it
analyze.
all, and-
Right.
and
That's
I
a
take
good
it
thing to
all
do.
in. Yeah,
Right.
and
That's
I
like
take
somebody that knows Spanish.
Yeah, that's
and
what we do.
You
My
don't know they
sister
know
does that.
Spanish.
Exactly.
And you somewhere around
Yes.
Spanish people, and they're like, "Mira, come on,
Right.
talking hella shit about you.
Right.
And you just sitting there like, these motherfuckers.
Right.
So when you hear somebody saying some foul shit about your sister, do you say, well, what the fuck y'all talking about? Or do you do anything or what?
Yeah, no, if somebody's saying something foul, I'm
Right.
definitely going to say something. And then when they be like, oh, well, why you getting so hype? And I'm
Right.
going to be like, because that's my sister.
Right.
Like,
You ever had that? And somebody was like, no, it ain't. You lying.
oh, I get that all the time. Especially when I was coming up, like being little, I would get that all the time. Oh, you ain't Mary's sister. You ain't Mary's sister.
How did you show them that you wasn't capping? You showed the pictures, or she came up and got you?
You know what? I felt like I don't got nothing to prove to nobody. I never did. Like, I'm not one of those people. I'm not gonna go around and just be claiming people for no reason. That's not my style.
Right.
And it
But
never.
you really the truth. Like
Yeah.
that's really your sister.
Yeah, and I think that's because she's really my sister. I ain't never really feel like I had to be capping for no reason.
Right,
on
right,
nobody.
right.
So,
Right.
but yeah, no, I got into an argument with this man because he was trying to say that she could not sing and that Beyonce was a better singer than her.
I didn't want to say her name, but it's always an argument with her.
Yeah.
Beyonce?
Yeah, and I'm on Mary all day. Like,
Yo.
no, you can't even see me.
I think Beyonce has a beautiful voice.
Yeah,
She has a
She's
lovely
great.
voice.
Yeah,
and she's
yeah,
a
that's
great
been the argument with them.
entertainer, but
And
my
dance
sister will
good, too.
sing her under a table.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going with Mary all day. My money is always on Mary. Love Mary.
Like I love Beyonce and the Beehive and all
Yeah,
of that,
yeah,
but I'm
but
sorry, Beyonce.
for us-
you're not fucking with Mary.
Nah,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Nah,
I'm
Man, they
Team
gonna
Mary.
come for you. They gonna come for you.
I mean, the
to be
Beehive
right.
might come trying to sting us, right?
Yeah,
but listen,
they-
we
oh,
only
you gonna say-
we have the right to our opinion.
You too.
You know
Everybody
what I
has,
mean?
and like I
Bruh.
said, Beyonce has a beautiful
Yes,
voice.
she's nice.
and she is an entertainer.
Yes,
Yes.
Beyonce can sing and dance together.
and she can entertain. She
Chris
is
Brown is like that. It's certain singers that can
Yeah.
sing. I know lately, Mary J. Blige has been killing it, singing and dancing together.
As
Because
she always have.
She has.
She
She always
always
has.
have.
So it's her,
So-
Beyonce, Chris Brown. It's certain singers that can sing and dance good together. Everybody can sing and dance good together.
Right.
I've seen a lot of
Right.
performers perform, and they are not sounding good dancing those dance moves and singing.
Yeah, they
a lot
just
of them.
can't
A
do
lot
it
of them
right.
can't do
Yeah,
it.
like the
Well,
old
it's like
school
when they
singers
try
like
to-
Patti LaBelle and
They
all of
can't
them.
get
They
with
couldn't
them.
dance at
No.
all.
Right, well, yeah, but
they was
that wasn't their
power-
thing, right?
They was
That wasn't their
powerhouses.
thing.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
They were.
That's like when somebody try to compare Michael Jackson to Chris Brown.
Oh, you can't.
Like, it's no comparison. Why
No,
are you
you
doing
can't.
that?
Chris Brown is to me is a young Michael Jackson.
That's who he is,
He
but-
emulates Michael Jackson.
I agree, but you can't put them next to Mike, Mike was on that screen at 5 years old.
Yeah.
So until you tell me and you find somebody that's doing what Mike was doing on the bandstand and you know, the Soul Train.
I think anybody that was doing something since they was like 5.
It's no
they're
comparison. So
They're the
you
best
know,
at it. They're
just some
prodigy
people
of
there's
that
no
shit.
comparison. When Mary came out, Mary dropped. It was at the best time that hip hop dropped. R&B and hip hop that mix.
diva.
She
And shout out
absolutely
to Puff.
was.
Let's give a hand clap for Puff because he was the one that actually put that together with working with her on Uptown Records and then bringing in Jodeci and that whole thing where he's infused hip hop music and R&B and brought that whole culture alive because that was a big deal for us.
Very,
You know what
very
I'm
big
saying?
deal.
Like,
We
it was
love
a very
that.
big deal for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's shout out Andre Harrell.
Yes, R.I.P. Andre Harrell.
Yes, God bless
That's
the dead
definitely-
because that's who Puff was
Put
working
Puff on, yeah.
Yes, and he was the one who came down
Right.
to the projects, who came to Slow Bomb to get my
Yes.
sister and
I remember that
and
story.
hear her sing. Yes, and
He came for her. Yep, he sure did.
Yeah.
And he's the one. I'm glad you here because we could get everything, the real story. He's the one that told Puff, "I need you to do something with her."
Yes.
So if it wasn't for Andre Harrell coming
Yeah.
and bringing Mary in, and then Puff being a hungry intern trying to show what he could do,
Right.
and Andre Harrell giving him a shot with Mary J. Blige's career, then you know what I'm saying, that would have never have happened.
They
So-
helped each other's career.
Right, but
They helped each
shout,
other's
out,
career.
shout out to Andre Harrell because he was the guy.
Yeah,
that-
and
Yeah.
Puff helped Andre was saying like,
Yes.
let's get these R&B singers out of suits and
Yes.
put them in like Timbs
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and making
Yes.
them look
That
like
was his whole
hip hop.
look, yeah.
So
was his
Puff
whole
definitely
look.
did that.
Word. See, like I'm happy that you're here to clear up. This is some hip hop history here.
That's right.
Hip hop and R&B history.
I got
that you
to
clearing
watch
up.
it.
Yes. Word.
When
So
he
how
was younger, sorry, bro. When he was younger, did you want to go on tour with her? Did you want to do the things that her and your older sister was doing because you were so much younger? And regardless whether she was who she was, they would have been telling you no. But now who she was you really like, listen, I really want to go, even though I'm 12.
I actually was on tour with her when I was 12.
Right.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
You see?
I went on the No More Drama tour.
Nice.
And then
Wow.
even when she did the My Life, I was there. She actually brought me on stage. I was very little. I was probably like 7 or 8. And
Now
she
I'm
brought
gonna
me
go find
out
that footage.
Yeah.
I
And
know
she
it's out
brought me-
there.
Yeah, she brought me out on stage.
Nice.
So, you know, Mary's always like brought me around. So but it's just like people didn't see me because I was so young.
Right,
you know,
right.
I was like, who's this little kid?
Right. See, they know now. See,
Yeah.
so all of y'all people that's out there trying to reach out to Sun Goddess Wines and stuff, she's the person, the one that y'all didn't think was going to be who she is today because Mary brought her little sister out. Now she's the person that y'all got to reach out to get this wine in your stores and get it in your events and stuff like that. Quelly, you are the person, right?
Yes, you can. Yep, and you can reach me at Therealwinesnobs on Instagram or therealwinesnobs.com.
I want to shout out my guy DJ Duke. I was telling you about him at the tasting event. He was in it here with me with his artists from Baltimore, and he's a big DJ. He does a lot of events and stuff like that. And when he came up here, I happened to just have Sun Goddess wine because I seen that it was Mary J. Blige's wine. And every day, not every day, but every Sunday, I would come in here and I would have different liquor from different brands and stuff. And they wasn't people that I was doing business with. We was drinking. So when I seen that Mary J. Blige had a wine, I brought the wine in here, and he was my guest. And when I pulled out the wine and they seen that it was MJB, they was like, "This Mary J. Blige." I'm like, "Yeah." Yo, these dudes went back to Baltimore on a rant trying to find this everywhere, and they couldn't find it.
Yeah.
So when I went out there to one of their shows, they was like, "Yo, bring us down some bottles." So I took down like 6 bottles. I brought the bottles and then went down and brought it to them. And they was like, "Yo, bro, we need to get this in stores out here." And he said, "I'm an ambassador for other brands in Atlanta and Baltimore and the DMV area." And they wanted to do the same for this brand in that area and get it in stores and stuff like that. So I definitely want to connect you with DJ Duke.
Yes.
I was hoping that he would call in today or come on a live and y'all could meet and everything like that. So we could definitely get her stuff in more stores in different regions.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Because we
Nice.
definitely connected. I don't know, do y'all ship product to overseas and stuff like that?
Like over.
Like the Caribbean?
We
places
actually
like that?
are. We actually work with a distributor
Right.
overseas, so we are. But you have to be with the distributor
Right.
because I work directly with the importer.
Okay.
Mostly, but if you're a distributor, we definitely have
Because
distributors.
I have another DJ. I got DJs all over the world that
Yeah.
I'm like my boys.
Yes.
My guy Just Jace, he was on the podcast. He's on one of my lives, and he's on Hot 103 in Trinidad, and that's like a Hot 97 up here, but that's in Trinidad. And he does 4 Elements Radio is for only boom bap hip hop. So he plays calypso, Caribbean, reggae, everything out there, but on his site, he's strictly hip hop, boom bap, hip hop for New York type shit.
Wow.
And his shit is doing very well. I know him because back in the days, I used to do marketing and merchandising for a clothing line called Mad Soul Clothing.
Okay.
It was a line about to blow up. We was like right there, but we didn't get where we wanted to be. But it just so happens that the owner of that company, his daughter went viral on TikTok. I don't know if you ever heard about Charlie D'Amelio.
Oh, yeah.
Well, those is my peoples.
Okay.
I used to work for Mark D'Amelio.
Okay.
I was the one that ran marketing and merchandising for his clothing line. And now they're huge, the biggest family on TikTok. When I went out there to see him when they came up here for Dixie's tour, I gave him a bottle. I was like, yo, this is a bottle. I meant to get a picture with him and stuff, but I figured y'all probably don't know who he is and stuff like that. But yeah, they know about y'all because I done told them, like, yo, this wine is the next wine. This Mary J. Blige wine, blah, blah, blah. So it's a lot of things we can do to make some shit happen. Give me a hand clap for that.
Good networking, good networking.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, connect me. And then I also know a bunch of distributors. And like I said, I know a distributor that distributes for the Caribbean. So if they need somebody to just distribute the wine to them, I got that too.
All right, so
we
definitely gonna stay in tune on some business stuff behind the scenes because I got mad people that's looking to get this wine in their region, and we could definitely do.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Word. So we got Quelly in the building right now. You have any more questions for her, Platinum Plus P? Because I know you know.
Listen, if I sit here with Quelly, I'll be talking to her all day.
I want to hear what you gotta say, though. I want to hear what you gotta say.
Everything that you've been through in your life. How is it just being Mary J. Blige's sister overall?
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I mean,
a lot of people don't understand what it's like to be a family member to such a big superstar.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, growing up, we moved a lot. My mother kind of wanted to stay in Yonkers. My mother is real. And she was like, I want to stay with my peoples. So we lived in Yonkers for a good while.
So what made y'all decide when y'all was like, you know what, it's time to go?
I mean, after we moved out of Yonkers, out of the projects, we moved to the South Side. Right. And I always say I'm a South Side girl, South Yonkers.
South Side?
Yeah.
I'm a South Side girl too, South Side Jamaica.
Yes.
Right.
So we moved to the South Side, and it was a little bit difficult. I got teased a lot. I got people thinking that thought I was better than them, especially going to school in a Yonkers public school where people actually knew me and knew that I was Mary's little sister.
Well, why would they think that you're better than them? Because you have a successful sibling?
I don't know what
Did you go to school dressed in Gucci and Louis?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't, but I was real fly.
Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. If you're in a public school and you're going to school decked out.
I mean, when we were there, I was really young. Now, when I got to middle school, they couldn't stop me from wearing anything, and I was a big Burberry fan.
Yeah.
Right, okay. All right, so did you have friends, or were you like... You wasn't out like by yourself.
But no, I have, because we're from Yonkers, so all my cousins went to school with me. It was so there was nobody ever bothering me.
Right, okay, good. You just felt the vibes. You always do the vibes.
Yeah, I just felt the vibes.
Quelly was in there like, I want the smoke if you want it.
Yeah, no, I was giving people the smoke.
Good, that's right.
Yonkers, like,
I'm
what
from
50 said, all them other hard niggas, they come from Yonkers.
So, I was giving them the smoke. It's Yonkers. It was the belly of the beast still out there.
Shout out the Locks killing niggas on verses.
Jada.
That bigged up Yonkers like so much more.
Yes, I love Jay. That is truly family.
And Mary J. Blige put them on.
To some degree, she passed their tape along.
Yeah, that's putting them on.
That is definitely putting them on. That's a link.
If somebody that's on already walks you in, and takes your music, because what people don't know is that's what Gangstar did to UMCs. Remember, you don't remember UMCs? That was before.
That was a little bit before her.
UMCs. It's stories out there because my single "My Flowers" is out under Haas G's platform. Okay. He's one of the UMCs.
Okay,
they was the first real rap group out of Staten Island before Wu-Tang.
Okay,
right. You know what I mean? He produced Ghostface record. Apollo Kids. He did 50 Cent's Magic Stick with Lil' Kim. He
Okay.
produced a lot of big records, and my song is on his platform, Phantom Music. So I know this is like real stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Gangstar walked in their music, and that's how they got their deal, and their career was started. So Mary J. Blige taking the Locks tape
Absolutely.
into Puff and be like, yo, sign them. That was the key to their career.
Yeah.
So that's a fact. Like she put
big,
them on. You know what
right.
I'm saying? So and that was Yonkers Love. She showed her peoples from Yonkers Love.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal for the Locks to do what they doing now and kill the verses and get all of that exposure.
Everything, their whole
Mary
career.
J. Blige to be on doing all of this music stuff she's doing, having wine and being on the 50 show. Like, yo, this is really big. And I applaud all of y'all as a family, because she's now putting her family on and letting y'all come in and shine and do what y'all need to do to make a lane for yourself to get money. You know what I'm saying? Not just walking around saying, oh, Mary's my sister, even though you can, because she is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's giving you a platform for you to make money and create your own, carve your own way out there. So salute to that and a hand clap to that right there, man.
You know what else I want to say about Mary that was great, as watching her and being a fan of hers for so many years from the beginning to now? Her transition was awesome. Her transition from that when she started in the 90s to where she is now was awesome. Because I follow everything she do, all her music, you know, the movies she's been in, and to see her growth, it's like they can't take it from my girl Mary.
Yeah.
They can't take it from her. And I really am honored to meet you, you know what I mean? To just be one man away from Mary, as they say. You know what I mean?
6 degrees of separation,
yeah,
right?
That 6 degrees is awesome. But yeah, Mary J. Blige I've seen her only one time in concert. And you know when you see somebody in concert, you feel like you know them, right?
Yeah.
You have that has that effect on you. I don't know why, but at least it always did for me. I seen Patty, when you see them in concert and you sit right there and you see them, somebody that you've never seen, and see them in, you know, in life, it's like, damn, you feel like you know them now. And you have this like connection with them.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you where I first went to go see Mary in person. It was a couple of years back, and my boy Sonny, y'all know, a lot of people know him as Hassan. I think it's Nightlife Entertainment.
Okay.
Yes.
I know. Yeah.
Of course you do.
Yep.
That's my guy.
Okay.
I grew up under him. Like, that's my OG. We grew up in, when I mention a Barn Building, or you hear Nori and them on Drink Champs talking about the Barn Building in Queens, that's where I grew up.
Okay.
When I moved from Brooklyn, I moved to Queens, East Elmhurst. And the Barn Building was there. Sonny's from there. You know what I'm saying? And he did an event a few years back and got married there. And it was in some club in Manhattan, like on 8th Avenue on 50-something Street. And I brought my lady there because she's from the era and she loves Mary.
Yeah.
So I'm like, look, let me do something nice for you. Let me bring you to see Mary. And yo, when we got there, Mary J. Blige came in on the bottom level, and then I guess they had a secret elevator that took her upstairs. So we running to go try to get to where she was at, and my lady had on some platform shoes, and she kind of like stumbled a little bit. And she, you know them dresses that they have where it's like a dress, it's a tight dress, but you pull it up like this.
A tube top.
Tube top.
Look how you
Yo,
describing
when she
it.
fell a little bit, the dress came down and the titties came out.
She's gonna be so tight
Yo,
with
I know
him.
she probably watching right now because she been watching my shit lately. But yeah, I never forgot that because I tried to do something nice for her and bring her to see Mary because she loves Mary so much, and we trying to run to get to her, and she tripped down the steps and her titties popped out. Yo, babe, don't get mad at me for saying that story, but yo, we went to I've been in the game for so long. I've been in a lot of places and bringing people to a lot of to see, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that was the first time I really saw Mary in person.
Oh, Mary and New Edition are the only two people ever in this whole entire world that I don't have no, and Regina Hall. I have no problem with getting starstruck.
Is Regina
for them.
Hall the lady that was in 227?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I
Absolutely,
remember.
Regina
I know that
Hall.
Regina King.
I mean, Regina King, I'm sorry.
yeah.
I always say
Get
Regina
your stars
Hall.
right.
I'm sorry. I always say
Tell her,
Regina
Quelly,
Hall.
get it right.
It's Regina King.
Yes,
Regina King. Regina
I love
King.
And I love Regina Hall. She funny.
Me too. I love Regina Hall too, but I'm sorry, Regina,
Regina
Hall.
Hall
I'm
was
talking
the
about.
girl that was in the joint with
Scary. She was in the Scary movies.
Yeah, she was
That's
in
how
Scary
she came
movies.
up.
Right,
she
the
was in
brown
that
skin
joint
girl
with
with the-
Kevin Hart and Wendy Williams. What's that song? That movie with all of
About
them?
Last Night. Yeah,
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 she was in that too. I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, whatever.
She's funny. She's real funny.
Yeah.
But that Regina King.
Oh, Regina
she
King.
Is talented.
Oh my God, I love
She's
her
very
and I love
talented.
Mary and New Edition.
Yeah.
The only people that will get me, I don't have no shame in seeing them and being on some starstruck shit. Like, listen, I love you. I don't care.
Yeah.
Mary. You know, like New Edition too. You can't help it. Like, you gotta love Ralph and them. You gotta love them. So.
I want to come back with more with Quelly. You know what I'm saying? Me and Platinum Plus P, my special guest host. I'm going to go into a couple of songs because I want to play some of the records that we had from the guys from the other day or that we did the joint outside. I actually want to debut a new record that it's not even finished, but I said to myself, I'm going to play it today because, like I want to.
Yeah.
It's yours, right?
Yeah.
That's right. You can play it. It's yours.
But I also want to ask Quelly, like, what's next for you? You know what I'm saying? Because you do the wine snobs, you the marketer and brand ambassador for Sun Goddess Wines. Like, what do you have going on with you? I said you said you had a lot of things coming down the pipeline. So just briefly tell us exactly what's next. Like, what you have planned in store next.
Oh, well, it's just more stuff with wine, definitely more interviews, because I do interviews with people in the wine industry, like different people in the wine industry, and just introducing more brands to people. So.
And I noticed this one is a Pinot Grigio.
It's a Pinot Grigio Romato.
See, look, she
I don't
said
have my glasses on,
Romato.
bro. I can't see the Romato at the bottom. I see it though, right here, right. Sorry, I don't got my glasses on, but
It's okay.
I do see it.
It's a rosé version of the Pinot Grigio. It's come from skin contact with that grape, and being that it has
Looks
that
really
skin
good.
contact, it gives it a little more body.
Now,
It
when
gives
you
it a
say
little more
skin contact, what do you mean by that? Like,
skin
what is that?
contact. Okay,
Yes.
so how wine is made? What the wine grapes are pressed and the juice is taken out. And in white wine, what happens is once the juice is pressed out, they throw away the skin.
Oh.
But with red wine, they put the skin back in there and they ferment it with the whole time, and that's what gives it its color. But anything that's like a rosé, it's a short period of skin contact.
Nice.
Yo, you really well versed with this wine stuff.
She have to be,
You was
right?
the right person
She the
that she
face
picked.
of
Like,
it.
you know what? She was like, Quelly, you're gonna do all of the marketing and merchandising and the brand ambassador. So just learn what you learned. You look like you went and took a course on this shit.
I
And it's
did.
beautiful.
You didn't hear me say I got a certificate in this.
Yes, you
And
definitely
it's
do.
a beautiful bottle.
Isn't it? I love that
Love the
packaging.
bottle.
And
It's
you know,
beautiful,
Mary
the color.
Mary had to do. When she does something, she does it all the way. Like, she went out to Italy. She touched the grapes. She tasted the wine. She sat there and listened to Marco talk about how it's going to be made and how long and what the process was going to be. She really indulged herself in this, and also even down to like the packaging, what it looks like and what the bottle looks like. So when Mary does something, she don't do nothing half-ass, y'all.
We
It
see
came
that.
from
We see
her,
that.
her hard work.
Yo, Quelly, you got your hands full now. What was you doing before you was the brand ambassador for Sun Goddess Wines?
I was working.
Oh, regular job.
Just working, yeah.
Do you still work a regular
Yeah,
job now?
I do.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
me
sure
too.
do.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Regular jobs.
I got to get the bills paid.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to have multiple streams of
That's
income.
right.
Exactly.
That's how
Several.
you create wealth.
Because, people would
right.
think, oh, that's Mary J. Blige's sister. She good. Her bank account full. She taking care of her
Oh,
sister.
no.
See?
No.
Clear that up. Let them know.
I don't. I work for myself. I work very, very hard, and I like it like that.
Right.
I don't just because she's my sister, her money is her money, and my
Correct.
money is my money. And my mother instilled that in us, that we are supposed to work and we're supposed to get ours.
That's right. Every God bless a child
Yeah.
that has its own.
Yes.
That's right.
Yep. That's what's up. That is,
right.
yo. So what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
Currently, I've been in admin my whole life.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Executive administration, things
So
like
you
that.
like more, so when you go to work, you dressed up in like
Yeah, in a suit and
dress
stuff.
suits, dressing
Yeah.
suits and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one thing I like. That's one thing I liked about working in Manhattan is that you always see everybody in their little dress up clothes and they dress suits. And it was weird to me because I always had to have a couple of pair of dress pants and dress clothes and ties and nice shirts. You got to have a whole separate wardrobe for that. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing that. So I understand where you're coming from. So I know you got some nice outfits and stuff. You know what I mean? But yo, we're going to go into some music right now. I'm going to play Bay G's Pop Out because he was one of the artists from Midwest that performed on Friday at our Times Square takeover. And then I'm going to go into one of my newest records. y'all gonna see when it come in. So we'll be back with more of this Grindhard TV podcast. We got Quelly in the building, Sun Goddess Wines. My special guest host, Platinum Plus P out of Queens. We'll be right back with more Grindhard.
Let's get it.
Hey, Big Jen, let's go to work.
Young Bay G in this bitch, you know what I'm talking about?
Talk your shit then, let's get it.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Me and my niggas, we outside. Ready to slide, no cha-cha. And we be smoking that Zaza. They call me Don like Dada. I get that spinach like Popeyes. I knew it was a go when we locked eyes. See like the way that I pop out. Me and my niggas, we outside. Ready to slide, no cha-cha. And we be smoking that Zaza. They call me Don like Dada. I get that spinach like Popeyes. I knew it was a go when we locked eyes. See like the way that I pop out. It's Bay G. I know these niggas gon' hate me. I'm the same nigga that was walking on State Street, raised in the P, eating hot dogs and baked beans. She popped out looking tasty. I got the clout, come taste me. Drop steak out, first day out, it went where start in St. Cheese. Rock out, Gucci head down to my socks out. Outside live with the guys now, and we be smoking that Zy now. She wanna ride with the top down. If you come through, come solo. Still got them birds for the Lolo. I remember riding the motherfucking Stolos. Ducking and dodging the popos. Ducking and dodging the law. I made a check out south. Young Bay G and this bitch too raw. Young Bay G and the streets, young boss. I took a trip down south. I got him hip up north. I can get you hit down south. I can get you clipped up north. Bye-bye. Me and my niggas, we outside. Ready to slide, no cha-cha. And we be smoking that Zaza. They call me Don like Dada. I get that spinach like Popeyes. I knew it was a go when we locked eyes. See like the way that I pop out. Me and my niggas, we outside. Ready to slide, no cha-cha. And we be smoking that Zaza. They call me Don like Dada. I get that spinach like Popeyes. I knew it was a go when we locked eyes. See like the way that I pop out.
Pop up. Shit on these niggas, make them stop up. Old school shade with the doors up. Got your lady in the whip with her ass up. I'ma slide on the bitch, no white. Told her let me fall in the pussy for the night. She replied, she's ready for the pipe. Told the nigga she ain't coming home for the night. I don't need you, but you to snatch me a bit. Got these diamonds on me and they flash like a pig. And worry about no beak, cause the peak on the feast. And plus she ain't talk about money to me. Overall, I'm the go get these niggas some hope. Bitch, I'm the boss out to losses before. The weight on me, people be calling for blows. Pop a big boy truck, they be calling for toes. White girl on me coming J-Lo. I was known around town, counting pesos. Pop on these niggas like popcorn. When I flow through the bitches, a bad storm. Yo, bitch, she be fucking like porn star. Top flow, we be fucking at the merch store. Hellcat, they be running like a NASCAR. I'm all on my chain like a corn star.
Bye-bye. Me and my niggas, we outside. Ready to slide, no cha-cha. And we be smoking that Zaza. They call me Don like Dada. I get that spinach like Popeyes. I knew it was a go when we locked eyes. See like the way that I pop out. Me and my niggas, we outside. Ready to slide, no cha-cha. And we be smoking that Zaza. They call me Don like Dada. I get that spinach like Popeyes. I knew it was a go when we locked eyes. See like the way that I pop out.
Hey yo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Hey yo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. But fool retaliated, so I had to think fast. Pulled out my heat first, pulled out his heat last. Hey yo, Queens get the money, so we tuck the heat. Ain't nothing sweet. And other places think y'all running shit, then we walk your feet. Hot steps, take the right steps. Muscle biceps, strong arm emoji, swinging swords like Shinobi. Can't no rapper hold me out the gate. Can't control me, best beware with your guns. You can't get Jackson like Janet. Y'all be wishing on a star, but be taking life for granted. Standing 10 toes down to the ground, my feet is planted. Born in Brooklyn Women's Hospital, but Queens is where I landed. East Elmhurst first, then Flushing. I rushed in, Jamaica never faked the move south side. We outside, don't get yourself popped in Far Rock. School of hard knocks, that's Corona. We the owner, shit get sticky. Get the blicky or the burn if it's your turn, and that'll learn ya. But only necessary, cause Queens we never wear. Hey yo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Hey yo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. A fool retaliated, so I had to think fast. Pulled out my heat first, he pulled out his heat last. Hey yo, Queens get the money, slogan is inside of me. The best it gotta be. Rest in peace to that nigga Prodigy. I remember when you and your man shot at me over that robbery. Your chain was only 10 carats, but it was heavy jewelry. Foolery we went through when we was young, we was dumb. But in retrospect, I sit back and reflect. It was fun We would be at each other's house, drink Henny, I drink rum. It was grimy, hanging out in the 90s, packing guns. Memories of smoking weed in the basement of the dance school. Ironically, same block you would visit when they paroled you. You was ahead of your time with your rhyme, I ain't gon' hold you. It's sad that they do paint on your face at the mural. You was loyal to the hood that wasn't loyal back. You wrote that book, niggas was shook, cause none of it was capped. From Hempstead, but instead you rep Queens, and that's a fact. They should've took some of these lame rappers and sent your ass back. Hey yo, Queens get the money, long time, no cash. I'm caught up in a hustle where the guns go blast. Queens get the money, long time, no cash. I'm caught up in a hustle where the guns go blast. Hey yo, Queens get the money, long time, no cash. I'm caught up in a hustle where the guns go blast. A fool retaliated, so I had to think fast. Put out my heat first, he put out his heat last. Yeah. New music from Worldorama, produced by Blue Diaz. Queens get the money, R.I.P. Prodigy. We miss you, boy. We back, y'all already know what it is. Thank you.
Is my mic on?
Yo, I ain't gonna front, heard me?
That was dope.
I like that.
Yo, that's the newest single from me, produced by Blue Diaz. It's like a tribute to Prodigy, and also I'm repping my town, Queens. You know what I'm saying? The song is fire. That was just pre-production. It ain't even mixed and mastered yet. We about to drop this soon with the video and everything, man. Like, I miss Prodigy. Like, with all the shit that's going on, like with Flex being on the radio, talking about how he don't support them Buffalo Griselda dudes because they doing that rap that he don't like. But that's the kind of rap we grew up in the golden era. You know what I'm saying? So I don't agree with certain things that people is doing. But at the same time, I'm from that era. I make that kind of music. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, all of the rappers that's still out here making that New York sound. You know what I mean? Because we out here still, man. Like,
that's right.
You know what I mean? Like, just support the people that's really doing it and turning up for the city. I'm a real big Queens head, New York City guy. I'm an American guy. Like, I support America. My cars be American. Like, I do a lot of, like, I support home team. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm an American from around the world, and I'm a New Yorker from the United States, and in New York, I'm a Queens nigga. So I'm going to support what I support, and that's it. You know what I mean? But we got Platinum Plus P in the building.
That's
my
right.
special guest host from Queens.
Platinum Queens in the house.
Exactly. You already know.
All day. Y'all already know I rep Queens every day. I'm a Brooklynite on the low, but you know Queens gang.
Yo, a lot of people from Queens was born in Brooklyn, and we moved to Queens for a better life, just like some people moved. This is true. Some people from Queens moved to Long Island for a better life.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? Just like some people from the Bronx moved up to Yonkers or moved up to Westchester for a better life.
Absolutely.
It's just what it is. Everybody moved, like George and Weezy. We moving on now.
That's right.
Well, that too. But our guest today is Quelly from Wine Snobs, Sun Goddess Wines,
And I
Mary
rep
J.
Yonkers
Blige.
all day.
Yonkers,
YO.
yeah. All them other hard niggas, they come from Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I'm so happy to have you here again. I said that probably like 4 times because I'm so fanned out right now. So you getting that fan love right now.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? But where we met was at a wine tasting spot at I think it was Amarachi's Lounge.
Yes.
That's where we met at.
Yes, shout out to Amarachi's.
Yes. Shout out to what are they? The Sip. What are they?
The Sip NYC.
Yes, the Sip
shout out
NYC.
to James and Joy Frazier.
Yes, shout out to them. I found out about the event because Amelia, she's the one who knew about it and brought me there. I was actually there as her cameraman. She had me come there as a cameraman because, you know, I'm Grindhard TV, so I film and stuff like that. And I went there as her cameraman. And I filmed the footage, gave it to her, and I think she put the episode out on her show or whatever that she has.
Yes.
She
Mm-hmm.
put it out or whatever. But I met you. I met Carol Mirage, Nicki Minaj's mother there.
Yes, mm-hmm.
And I was at her house because we did an event at her house.
I saw that as
I'm there
well.
for that.
Mm-hmm.
And now I got you on the show. So just so if people don't know, like, when you go to any event to do anything, you really have to network and meet
Absolutely.
people and keep relationships because this is important. This is why Quelly is here. Somebody who I already knew brought me in somewhere as a cameraman, and me going there, I met certain people, and then I did events with them and filmed them and put them on my show. So you have to really be serious about what you want to do, and when you go places, don't be standing around just not, you know, being sociable and not connecting with people because you never know who you meet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, it's funny that we talk about this because I just went to the 50 event, and it's all 6 degrees of separations because Mary J. Blige is on 50 show.
Yeah.
I just was at Coney Island at DJ Self's event with 50 Cent, right? When I was backstage, trying to get in backstage, it was a guy that was here Be More Kev. He's actually an A&R at 300 Entertainment. Okay. And who signed to 300 Entertainment? Mary J. Blige. Yes, she signed to 300 Entertainment. So it's all 6 degrees separation, but I'm not finished yet. Be More Kev was up here on the same show that Amelia was on that brought me to meet you. And when I saw Be More Kev there, he has another artist, another group of girls named Girl Code that signed.
Oh, yeah,
the two girls from Brooklyn.
Yeah, I know
They'll
them.
be up here soon.
Oh, that's good.
See? Now you see how I say when you have relationships and you stay connected with people, things happen.
Yeah.
So that's you just gotta. Don't burn the bridges with the people that you really fuck with and that y'all can do things for each other. Now, there's a lot of people out there that you might want to burn bridges with because they ain't got shit going on and they ain't doing nothing but trying
just
to
time wasters.
Exactly. But there's, when you got shit going on and you dealing with other people that got shit going on and y'all can work together and make something happen, stay making it happen because this is a prime example of what it is. Like, we got Platinum Plus P in here, special guest host. We got Quelly in here from Sun Goddess Wines, Mary J. Blige's little sister. And we got a lot of things going on. And it's going to be more to come after it. So you got to stay in tune with what it is. And the fact that we in here in S.STREET Media Studios with Math do events like every week, like at least 2 or 3 events every week. So there's so much we can do as far as like promotion and getting shit popping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we could make a lot of things happen. So I'm just happy that we could connect all of the dots here and stuff like that. But Platinum Plus P, you got an event coming up too. I want you to talk about that real quick.
August 20th. I have an event coming up, but before I talk about the event, I just want to tell y'all about the wine really quick, okay?
Okay, because you don't really sip wine.
Yeah, right. I don't drink. I haven't had an alcoholic drink in almost 8 years. Nothing. I'm a big Henny girl. Okay. When I had tried to get away from Henny, I started drinking the wines. I was into all the Kendall Jacksons, right? The Pinot Grigios, all of these, right? So Rieslings.
Yes.
Right? Drinking all the wines. There we go. But we have to pop that because I definitely want to taste it. But I need to tell y'all about this wine. And this is real talk. Now, I go out some places and I've been with some heavy hitters. And I've drank the best of alcohols, the best of the best. I've drank the gold, ace of spades, right? Whatever crystals, whatever's the best of the best, I've drank it. Because, I was in denial, always wanting to still sip. So when I would go out and somebody would offer me a glass of champagne, I would take it. The first sip of the champagne would make me sick. Wow. In my throat. I'm sorry. Wow. Because that's why I had to stop drinking, because it started making me physically sick. Not because I didn't want to. I love Hennessy. I ain't going to say that no more unless they give me a deal. Check. Yeah, cut me a check for me to say that one more time. But I'm just saying, I used to like to drink. I enjoy drinking. I'm a Trini gal. The rum was on, the rum was on the side of my bed from the time I wake up. Well, not my bed, but the coach. Right, the coach was, right? Yes, Trini thing. So I know about drinking is my point. So as I'm sipping this, I'm a little scary because I haven't drank in so long. So I just want you to know, you heard that, Pop. I want some of that. I want some of that. So now, I did not have the thing in my throat.
Oh, that burning sensation.
Or that make me feel sick.
Yeah.
Usually, hold on, I gotta finish drinking this one before I finish. Before I don't want to. It's the same one.
No, this is a different.
I want to. Is that the
cork on this? We didn't need a corkscrew for this one. This was a different.
I thought you didn't. Was that the
This is the Prosecco.
Oh, it's a different one from that was sitting right here.
Yep, that's the spark. That's a still wine, and this is a sparkling.
Right. So in any way, this is an excellent wine. So for all the winos out there that really love to drink wine, I'm gonna buy it extra because it's my girl MJB without a doubt. But people should buy the wine because it's really, really good.
And the fact that we got Quelly in here because she's the marketing, merchandising, brand ambassador.
Holler at Quelly.
So we're gonna promote it extra hard because she's now a friend and family of the show. So we're gonna push it extra hard.
Not to mention she's very pleasant, very nice young lady. You could tell her aura, very nice. So we are honored. So let me tell you about my event. It's August 20th. It's in Queens. Shouting out Queens, Springfield Gardens. We're going to have it out there. Big stage. What we're doing is we're getting independent artists together. So anybody who is an independent artist and they want to come showcase their music, this is what we're doing. So that we can, have them get a chance to showcase their music. So it's just an independent artist showcase in Queens, but we want people, and we from everywhere, from all boroughs. It's called the Big Apple Indie Fest.
Oh.
So we're gonna keep it moving. It's gonna be something everybody hears about, just like you hear Rolling Loud and the Culture Fest and all these other big events that happen yearly. We have some other ideas that we're gonna throw about, but for right now, that's what we're basically focusing on. We want everybody from dancers, comedians, artists that sing, hip hop, music, R&B, reggae, anything. Everything and anything. Dancers, everybody that wants to come and perform on our stage. We want to give everybody the platform and the chance to do that with the opportunity of people being in our audience that can possibly help them with their career in any kind of way for the people that we know who are throwing the events. Me, Sean, Liddy, Lou, and Stephen Furtado from Queens.
From the Furtado brothers.
Yes, he's a Furtado nephew.
Y'all know who the
Shout out to the
brothers.
Furtado brothers, everybody in Queens who has ever worked with me because they love me. Not those who haven't. Y'all know who y'all are. You ain't get no
There's haters
shout
out
out.
there everywhere.
There's haters out there everywhere. And shout out to
Yo.
all my Brooklyn Knights because Brooklyn never hold me up. I love them. My boy Super Dave, Joe, Ducati, RH Bless. They hold me down. So I love my Brooklyn dudes all day. But Queens, I'm from Queens, so
That's what it is.
It is what it is.
Queens.
I still
All right,
got
so let's
some
go
love.
back to Yonkers. And Quelly, have you experienced haters out there, like while you're now doing this whole wine situation, and people that is not really trying to support because you feel like they just like have animosity?
When I first started, because I did start a little bit before my sister got her wine, I was already on.
Oh, you was already a wine snob.
Yes, I was already on this journey prior to my sister getting the wine, and I was like, God just aligns everything so perfectly that she was already like, oh, I'm gonna do a wine, not because of anything that I was doing, separate. She was on tour with Maxwell, and Maxwell introduced her to the fentanyl.
You said that at the event.
Yeah,
Maxwell, the one who told her.
Yes, and he introduced her to the Fentanyl Brothers, and they own a vineyard out in Italy, and that is who produces.
Did you get to go to Italy?
I did not. Okay. I was at home. I couldn't take that trip that long because I do have a baby, not a small baby. She's 11, but you know.
I got a 10-year-old too.
Yeah. So I didn't take that trip with them, but that's who introduced them, and I was already on that journey. And when I started, I just was like, it started with me just doing lives and tasting wine and just talking about them and saying what I knew from like just basic facts and people and not being able to pronounce wine names. And I'm still going to let y'all know, I am a girl from Yonkers. I don't know how to pronounce all the wine names. I will mess something up. And that's okay, but I know what I'm talking about.
Right, you do.
I know what I'm talking about. I may not know how to pronounce that French name, but I know what I'm talking about.
Your name is actually a kind of French name.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
Jean-Quelly Moet.
Jean-Quelly Moet.
It's so sexy.
Jean-Quelly Moet.
And just like when I was first on it, people would say like things like, oh girl, keep drinking, or keep trying, or you didn't say that right, or, go sit down.
Haters.
Yeah, haters. But I take it as if I don't have no haters, I'm not doing nothing right.
That's right. You ain't
They're
popping.
paying attention and they commenting on you, whether it's
like
negative or positive.
I took your time. You know how many people stuff like I would just stroll through and not even give the time of day, but you took the time to say something to me, so that means I'm doing something right. So I'm gonna still do it.
Now,
I'm sorry, Royal. Royal had mentioned that you have wine snobs.
Yes.
Is that a show? Are you? Is that a podcast?
Wine Talk is the show.
Do you have a
Yes.
talk show? Yeah,
I
tell us
do.
a little bit about that.
I do have so I on Instagram at Therealwinesnobs, I have all this content about wine and where I teach you about wine in a fun manner, like just basic information, I don't want to go too heavy because you know what, not everybody needs that, but I feel like with wine, because wine is so different that everybody needs to know what type of wines that they like. Like if you like a fruity wine, if you like that fruit flavor, then I'm going to teach you what wines out there and how to pick good fruit flavored wines based on the region.
Now, what about the wines that are supposed to be medically good for you? They always say a little bit of wine is good for you. Do you have like a suggestion of one of your wines, a white wine or red wine? They said red wine, right?
It's red wine.
So
Red wine is filled with tannins and antioxidants, and that is typically what is good for you. It's good for your heart, things of that nature. But if you do anything in not in moderation, it's all bad for you. I always promote safe drinking and knowing your limits to certain things. I mean, granted, we're all going to have those nights where we go out and we go ham.
Yes.
But wine is meant to be enjoyed, and it's meant to be enjoyed with food primarily, because it does make food really, really good. Be careful.
Do you tell them what kind of food you eat with each wine?
Right, because that's what I wanted to do. I was going to ask you that, because I was going to bring some pretzels to go with the wine.
Right, you're like, what wine goes with which food?
Salt with the wine.
Right.
Well, with this Prosecco, pretzels would have been great, because that salt balances the acidity in the Prosecco. So any sparklings go really good with Proseccos. I do some wine pairings with the food, but with food it generally, because everybody's taste buds is so different. So it is about what you like.
Right.
But I will pair things that I know typically will go well with foods. I do want to get into more pairings of things that typically don't go with a wine. I seen I forgot his name online, but shout out to him. He did cocoa pebbles with wine, and he was like, it was delicious. He was like eating it in the cereal.
He poured the wine
so he had
in
the
cereal?
milk. Oh, he put wine in the cereal.
Instead of the milk, he poured wine in the cereal, and he was like eating it. And he was like, it was so good. He didn't even realize that he was eating it with the wine and not with milk.
Crazy.
So, but wine can do that for you.
I can see how this wine right here, this Prosecco, can go with the cocoa pebbles, because the chocolate, the chocolate in it would like mask the acidicness of the wine.
Yeah.
When you be eating chocolate, it'll be tasting like chocolatey.
You know
I know what it's about, because I'm not really a big chocolate cereal eater for that reason, because I know what chocolate does with certain things. I'm not a chocolate guy.
Oh, I love chocolate.
Vanilla's my favorite ice cream, or butter pecan.
Oh, I love chocolate.
Even doing those, there's like sweet wines that you could put the ice cream, you put the wine in the ice cream and make a float. Ooh, I've done that several times. It's real good. You end up being drunk though.
Oh, so you be having like wine. What do they call it? Like if you put ice cream on pie, it's called what?
A la mode.
A la mode.
So you have wine a la mode.
Yeah. It's so good.
or ice cream wine float.
Right.
Type shit.
Like a lot of really, because there are wines out there that are really, really sweet, like dessert wines, and people won't drink them because they're like, oh, why would you want something that's this sweet?
Right.
But it's meant for like when you're having cake and when you're having ice cream and you eat it with it balances out so
I ain't even gonna hold you. The other day you did like a little you kind of like dissected this wine and you kind of like screamed on him like crazy. It was an orange wine or something like that. And
yes.
He was like, this orange wine is so orangey and sweet. Like, I don't know what are they doing. Like, I was like, she going ham on these
taste
dudes.
other wines?
It was a fruit,
on the show.
It was a fruit wine. It was a fruit wine, and I didn't really scream on them. I just
opinionated.
Yeah. Like, I tried something different. I never tried a wine made from a different fruit. It was made from peaches, fermented peaches, and it was really like orange in color, like orange juice, and it was really, really sweet, and it just wasn't for me. But somebody might like that. It was a lot of alcohol in it. If you want to get hammered, go for it.
I think you said it was like 10. What would you say? 10 or 11%?
No. It was like a good 13% alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
It was
You know
full
what
of
got
alcohol.
like 13% alcohol? What's those tall cans of Four Loko?
Oh.
Those shits got that much, and I ain't gonna front. I threw up off of one of them.
No,
shits.
that's
the first time I drank that just to
that's
try
beer,
it.
right?
I was like, everybody's
Is
talking
that
about
beer?
it's like a cooler in a can.
They used to be
Anything
higher
in
than
a can
that,
is
right?
deadly.
They used to be
Yo,
higher than that when they
I
first
don't know.
came out.
I think it's only 11% alcohol and not even 13. And I threw up off that shit.
Yeah.
So that tells you how strong at least 10% or more of alcohol is in the joint.
I remember when they first came out, I was in college and everybody was, yes, please. And everybody was drinking them. And I just didn't understand it. It was like filled with caffeine. And I think it was filled with a whole bunch of alcohol. Like all I know is that all the people
That was
that
something.
do your
That was
lawns,
something. That was something. I'm gonna.
They used to be laid out on the lawns in the morning time.
I think anything in a can is deadly.
Anything in a can.
Anything in a can is deadly.
I ain't gonna front. When it was a big talk about Four Loko at one point, I was like, you know what? Let me try this Four Loko and see what it's about. I threw up off that shit.
Nah.
Word up. Like, and the last type of drink from that I threw up off of, like just drinking regular, like kind of like wine or cooler, was what's Cisco.
Oh, that was crack. That was liquid crack.
Off of Cisco.
That's liquid crack.
Oh
Nah,
my
you know what
God.
you talking about, man.
That's liquid crack.
Math, no.
Yeah.
That was liquid crack.
Yo, I threw up off of Cisco before, so I know what it's like. So when I threw up off that Four Loko and it said only 11% alcohol, I was like, damn, this shit is only 11% alcohol. This shit made me throw up.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, that was crazy. You know, I'm bugging. I was like, yo, I ain't never drinking this shit again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
no, Cisco's
hopefully we don't
not.
have Platinum Plus P in here early because she ain't drinking 10 years.
Nah, I ain't drinking a long time. But I'm telling you, if I was gonna get sick of this wine, I swear to God, I'd have been sick already off the first sip.
See, look, so there you
I
go,
drank a
Quelly.
Miami Vice one time, like 3 years ago. That's a slushy. I said
Yeah.
I'm a Henny girl. Well, how was slushy gonna make me sick?
Well, when I be in Far Rockaway, my lady takes me to this place and they do like rosé slushies.
Oh, that's so good.
Yo, and they I think they like maybe $10, $11 for like a small cup. So I get two. She get two. And yo,
It's a
when I
slushy shot?
It's a slushy. No, it's a cup of, you know how they in the machines and you see this
Frosé.
cold frozen. Yeah, they call it a frozen.
Frosé, yeah.
It's in Far Rockaway. If
Yeah.
you ever go to the beach and y'all want to come to Far Rockaway Beach, go to 86th Street. It's a little thing right there on 86th Street, and they call them frozens, and it's rosé frosty.
Wow.
I mean, it's a frosty, but it's rosé.
Right.
It's like $11. Yo,
It tastes
I
good?
had a cup of that joint. I was loosey goosey. Like, yo, these wines and these champagnes that have you loosey goosey. Like, I was like, yo, babe, like I'm saucy off this joint. Like, let's go get another one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a nice experience. But yo, and again, like you were saying about the what's Jay-Z's champagne that he drinks?
Ace
Oh,
of
the Ace of
Spades.
Ace of Spades. Every time I'm with my guy Mark, and I'm gonna mention him again. Every time he comes into town or I go to LA and chill with them, he always wants to buy mad Ace of Spades because you know they rich. So it's like, fuck it, we could do it, whatever, and solar tax right off. Ace of Spades don't taste that good to me. For it to be $1,000
Listen, none
a
of that
bottle.
tastes good to me. Cristal, none of it tastes good to me.
But
What, the
I ain't gonna
rosés,
front.
none of it
That
tastes
Ace
good
of
to me.
Spades, Jay-Z started that because Cristal was kind of discriminating against them for
Right, I remember.
promoting it and bigging it up. So he
Right.
started the Ace of Spades. But when I drank it after hanging with the rich elite, I was like, it's okay, but $1,000 a bottle? Like,
I feel like all of those are like that for like $1,000 a bottle. There's a wine called Screaming Eagle.
never heard of
Yeah.
that.
They're like $1,000 a bottle. And I had it and I was like, this is real regular.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right, they talking to a winologist.
Like, how the fuck you gonna try to give some to a wine
Winologist.
But
$1,000 a bottle?
But I think what happens with those is it's yield because they don't mass produce it. So they have a small batch. And when it's a small batch of wines you can put out, they make it higher in demand because it's only a small batch for that year. Because they put wines out by the year.
Okay.
So, you know.
So is that how the Sun Goddess is out? Like it's by
every
the year?
every year wine is like that. These are the 2020s, but the ones which these are the 2021s we're drinking,
right.
and they're usually a year behind us
Okay.
because it
'Cause you
takes
got-
like a
yeah.
year
For
to
the
put
grapes.
it together.
What they-
Oh,
what is
okay.
fermenting and all of that
Yeah.
other stuff they call it?
Fermenting and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I know a little
It
bit.
takes- first they gotta harvest them because it's grapes, it's agriculture,
Right.
it's essentially farming, y'all.
Look,
Absolutely.
you said agriculture. Y'all know about
Absolutely.
agriculture. If y'all did y'all fucking work in
Work in
science.
school, that's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Agriculture.
You know about irrigation and all that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
and
know what I'm
then
saying?
and shout out to all the winemakers because to make your wine unique, it takes a lot. You know, there's several different methods. Once you pick the grapes, it doesn't stop there. Especially if you want to make a grape that is unique. And the fentanyl, they're great at doing that with their wines and making it unique and having that spin. Because like even this Sauvignon Blanc, Sauvignon Blanc is my favorite grape variety, hands down, and I like it because it's grassy
Right.
and all the citrus that you get in it. And this one is so light and clean. It doesn't have that herbalness to it. It has more minerality to it. It's so good. If you don't like Sauvignon Blancs for It's herbal grassiness. You'll definitely like this one because it is so like a very Italian one, and it's really good to just. I call it a porch pounder, where you just sit on your porch and you drink it all day. It's definitely like a porch pounder, and this will get you messed up. So if you, you
So
know.
where are these the bottles? The whole Mary J line. It's all over. Where is it being sold at?
Okay, so we are out there. Because I'm not on the sales team, I don't want to sit here and say things incorrectly. I want to say we want to get everywhere, but right now I know that we're in the Bahamas. We have a distributor out there in the Caribbean. We are definitely in New York. All throughout New York, we're in Jersey, and also if you want to get it, I say the best way to get it is wine.com. Wine.
That's it, wine.com?
Yep, wine.com. And wine.com will ship to most states. So check them out.
All right, you guys know where to go. Wine.com to get that MJB.
So how is Sun Goddess Wine with like sponsoring events and like bringing people in as, you know what I'm saying, marketing geniuses that make things happen for Sun Goddess Wine? Because you're the brand ambassador, so you know who you might want to deal with and who y'all might want to send bottles to and who y'all might want to cut a check to.
That's usually with the sales team. The sales team does a lot of the sales, and the marketing team does a lot of that. So I'm like the basically the middle person. So it's marketing, and then it's sales, and so basically, if anybody comes and says, "Hey, I got this idea," I will take it to somebody on the sales team or the marketing team and see what's what. But usually, I go to the sales team because sales is what makes us money. Right, exactly. So you want to make sure that it's worth it. You want to make sure that, like, you know, if we're sponsoring an event, how many people are we going to get to buy the wine? How much brand awareness are we going to get from this? How is anybody else going to come on? Like, any restaurants, any big stores or things of that nature. So you really want to make sure that if we are sponsoring something that, you know, it's
I remember back in the days when I was doing the marketing and merchandising in the clothing line industry, it really ran together with liquor and things of that sort, because weed wasn't popping back then as far as being legal, but it was liquor. And I noticed when I would try to get the liquor companies to sponsor events of mine or cut a check or whatever, they would want to know how many bottles or cases that the establishment would buy.
Yeah.
So is that how y'all go about? Like, so say for instance, we doing an event at a location, and then it's a bar or a restaurant or whatever the case may be. Y'all want to know how many bottles or cases they're gonna buy to support the event, and then y'all will give certain free bottles or whatever the case may be. But as long as y'all make that sale with some cases, then it's all good. Is that how y'all work with it too?
It depends. We do want sales. If we're gonna do something like this, we want to make sure that we can get sales out of it ultimately in the end. Like, you want a customer.
Right.
Even if it's like it's gonna be, you know, Patreons, you know?
Right.
And then what if it's ongoing? If it's something that's ongoing, you guys can build a relationship with the person who is, you know, like I want to do.
It just really has to be one of those things where it's like, you know,
it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
It has to be
It has to be worth it
beneficiary.
for both parties.
Yeah. Not that we're out here and being stingy, like, oh no, we're not gonna give y'all nothing. We want people to know about it. We want people to know about the brand. We want you to talk about it. Talk about Sun Goddess Wines, okay?
Because I know a little bit about, you know, marketing and merchandising and stuff like that, and brand ambassadoring, and you know, ultimately they want to make sales, but liquor, wine, it's really like a no-brainer. It sells itself. Absolutely. People want to drink. They want to drink, so it's going to sell itself.
Especially if it tastes good.
I used to think that too, and then I used to sell a tequila a little while ago.
And it didn't sell?
And people don't like tequila, and it was a good
they
tequila.
Do, but what brand is... See, this is the thing about liquor and popularity. You happen to be Mary J. Blige's sister, and you promoting her wine, so it's going to move because it's Mary J. Blige. Right. But there's some good-ass liquors out there that people won't even try because they don't even have a lot of marketing dollars behind it, or there's no big name behind it. Yes. And that's always the problem. And every company, when you start in anything, you have to have a separate marketing budget just to market your product. You have to. You have to spend some money on marketing. Rappers, you're the brand. You have to have money to spend on your music and the promotion of your music. Liquor companies, you have to have marketing dollars to blow. And you're not going to get anything in return but exposure. That's what it's about. But with liquor companies, they want to sell cases to brands.
Yes.
And that's what I've learned about that. Like, so anybody that's listening right now and they want to try to get Sun Goddess to probably sponsor them or whatever, if you're doing an event, you got to make sure that event is willing to buy a couple of cases in their establishment. And then y'all could probably get a couple of cases to do certain things with and show them whatever like that. But that's one of the main things I remember having to do. You got to get your establishment to want to buy cases. This wine, they all want their wine in as many establishments as possible. So if you coming to them and reaching out about doing sponsorships and y'all want checks and this and that, make sure you got establishments that's going to buy cases of this wine. Just so y'all know, I'm giving y'all Caesar's jewels. I'm giving y'all from knowing about this marketing
Spend
stuff.
a little money to make a little money.
Yeah.
You gotta spend a little bit of money.
That's true, you know. And at the end of the day, even if it's just like one case, it all matters because think about it. There are people that don't promote, like Moet, Hennessy. They don't promote.
Right.
Everything at all. Everything that they did or do is through word of mouth.
Absolutely.
And people will go out and buy millions and millions of cases of them just for the brand alone. So when you come to a brand that's black owned, because this is black owned, you know, even though it's a partnership, this is my sister's business. Her name is on it. This is black owned. She's black owned, female owned. And so when you asking for something for essentially free, it's like, would you go up to Moet and Hennessy and ask them for something for free?
Exactly.
No, they wouldn't.
Exactly.
I'm just being honest, not to say, you know, not to be rude about things, but let's just be honest. You wouldn't ask them.
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
It's on your text. Can you send it to yourself? I'll send it to your text.
All right, we're going to go into some more music, and we're going to come back with Quelly from Sun Goddess Wines and Platinum Plus P, my special guest host today. We're going to go into a couple of more records, and we're going to be back with more. It's your boy, Worldorama, Grindhard TV Podcast.
Now that Friday's away, finally got some freedom, let's get carried away. Call up my day once leave up. It's a Saturday, it's a Saturday, it's a Saturday. Now that Friday's away, finally got some freedom, let's get carried away. Call up my day once leave up.
I remember waking up early, eating cereal, watching cartoons, dressing outside by noon, hit the block, hanging out. Sometimes they be banging out, especially when it's hot out. Barbecues cooked out, pool parties, water fights, stay up late, break night. Just might hit the club, having fun, showing love. Day one's licking up, getting drunk, smoking bud. Got the money, time to hit the diner, fill my belly up. When we hit the corner store for quarter waters, hero up. Turkey and cheese, alright with me. Hold that mayo up, hold up hoppy, make it Swiss cheese, and just eat it up. Now we on the block, vomit, cracking jokes, sunrise, contemplating, compromise, plans for next weekend. Dancing and eating, smoking and drinking. Do it all again, cause that's what Saturday's for. You working hard 5 days, so one is playing more.
Now that Friday's away, finally got some freedom, let's get carried away. Call up my day once leave up. It's a Saturday, it's a Saturday,
Y'all getting
it's
exclusive.
a Saturday. Now that Friday's away, finally got some freedom, let's get carried away. Call up my day once leave up. It's a Saturday, it's a Saturday, it's a Saturday.
Banging out beats through the summertime heat. Backyard feast while you moving your feet. Make your girl speak with my sexual speech. Live on the strip with a nice state chick. Very wide in the hips while she licking her lips. Nitty gritty, patty pitty, yes we all getting litty. 90 degrees, hot breeze through the trees. Liquor and weed, hell yeah. Dancing you dropped from the bars to the block. Now we on the rooftop with more bottles to pop. Hip hop, blast through the air till the night disappears. We all getting wild like a ring full of beer. Next Saturday we be doing this here.
Do it this here.
Yeah,
Do it this here. Do it this here.
Now that Friday's away,
other niggas ain't seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me. Your new nigga ain't seeing me, and that's on that. Not many niggas out here seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me. Your ex nigga ain't seeing me. I can give you details on details. I can give you refills on refills of this sunny D in the morning, waking you up early in the morning. I can get it poppin' like a wheelie. The love I show it to you freely. The gifts I give it to you willingly. Your ex and the when they seeing me, and that's on God. Trust and believe, it's us against our lives. Don't compare Prince to a frog. For you I go breaking all the law. Them other niggas ain't seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me. Your new nigga ain't seeing me, and that's on that. Not many niggas out here seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me. Your ex nigga ain't seeing me. I'm just saying you can do better. And I know your girls have to do that lately. You call me all the time, I call you daily. I'm always on your mind cause I'm your baby. I rest inside my arms cause I bring safety. I wouldn't let you go if they pay me. Let me shoot inside you like a rocket. Let me put inside you like a socket. You ain't leaving me, you need to stop it. If you wanna go, we can rock and roll. Them other niggas ain't seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me. That new nigga ain't seeing me, and that's on that. Not many niggas out here seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me. Your ex nigga ain't seeing me. Whoa. Them other niggas ain't seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me. Your new nigga ain't seeing me, and that's on that. Not many niggas out here seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me, seeing me. Your ex nigga ain't seeing me.
Grindhard TV, we got one more joint for y'all. Shout out my guy. You know what I mean? There we go.
Don't make me come and see you batch. Don't make me come and see you batch. Yo,
27
talk to him, G. Boy, you say you run the streets. I wanna see if they're vouching. What else? And you talk a whole lot of shit. Don't make me come and see about you. 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 Boy, you say I ran the streets. I do. I wanna see if they're vouching. What else? And you talk a whole lot of shit. Don't make me come and see about you. 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 Me, I stay fly Hirachi. I'm eating good like hibachi. I'm hotter than that Shitarachi. So who the f gon' stop me? Y'all know the name. If you don't, check the chain. Every bar spit flame. Me, I'm real, so we ain't the same. You just talk a good game. Me, I talk real shit. I do. Most you be wasting bars. I call that wasting spit. What else? I hear you talking about what you would do. To me, that just be talking shit. What else? I see you fake gang banging, and y'all don't even know you're lit. Boy, you know you need to stop. What? You the type they call the cops. What else? You might want gonna give me props. What else? Because I am what you're not. What else? I'm really who you wanna be. What else? But not who you wanna see. Woo. You know the streets don't vouch you. Don't make me come and see about you. Boy, you say you run the streets. I do. I wanna see if they're vouch you. Yeah. And you talk a whole lot of. Yeah. Don't make me come and see about you. Yeah. Don't make me come and see about you. 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 Boy, you say I ran the streets. I do. I wanna see if they about you. And you talk a whole lot of shit. Don't make me come and see about you. 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 Boy, I come and see about you. So you better guard your grill. I say you what's up, like you was the bar and grill. I don't scar, I kill. Hit you with the drill. Yeah, I'm talking too late. Treat you like a schoolboy, and I ain't talking school late. You want a school man? She said she think that I was dope. I make her wanna go elope. I told her I'm married to the dope. She wanna have my baby, tell her no. I tell her gonna kill the jokes. I'm not your average Joe. But when it come to getting dough, you know your boy will do the most. Hear my name on every coast, and I ain't even got the bros. I ain't even got the Brad. The boy G, you know he bad. Son you like a bad dad. I say you like a bad dad. Boy, you say you run the streets. I do. I wanna see if they about you. Yeah. And you talk a whole lot of. Yeah. Don't make me come and see about you. Yeah. Don't make me come and see about you. 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 Boy, you say I ran the streets. I do. I wanna see if they about you. Yeah. And you talk a whole lot of shit. Don't make me come and see about you. 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 Don't make me come and see about you.
We are back. Y'all already know that was Big Jig, and that was my new record, Saturday, with Blue Diaz, produced by Blue Diaz. And we here right now with my special guest host, Platinum Plus P. And Big Jig is actually an artist that I met through her. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy who takes care of a lot of stuff at Rolling Loud and a whole bunch of other
Culture
stuff.
Fest and
Ultra
got the whole
Fest.
South Side
Right.
laid down.
We're not talking about Southside Jamaica, Queens.
No, we're talking about the South. Alabama, Georgia. Yeah, over there, that's South. North Carolina, South Carolina. Yeah, everybody knows. Shout out to Big Jig. He's dope on that end.
You know what I mean? And we got our special guest, Quelly, in the building. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I wanted to ask you, Quelly, was I'll be looking at your page and I see that you be sipping heavy. So I want to know, like, on an average day when you sipping wine and trying wine and you giving your little take on the wine, do you get a little bit too saucy, or do you feel like you're drinking a little bit too much at sometimes?
There have been times where I got real saucy, especially on a live. Especially on the ones, if I like the wine, you'll know, because I'll be sipping. Right. And yeah, I've gotten a little saucy.
It sneaks up on you, or you like?
It sneaks up on you. And there have been times where I feel like I'm drinking too much. So I'll take a step back. I'm all about wine health and safety as well, because
drink responsibly.
That's right. Yeah. And alcoholism is a disease. You know, we wanna enjoy wine, but there are some people out there in this world where one drink leads to another, leads to another, and leads to another.
I lost an uncle to alcohol poisoning, and on his death certificate it said complications of too much alcohol. His son is the same way now, and I lost a great uncle to alcohol. So alcoholism runs in my family. So I'll drink on occasion, and I'll have good time and get extra saucy, but I try not to drink every day and like excessively like that, because it's in my family, and I lost family members to alcoholism. So that's why I asked the question.
Yeah, and I'm really into like drinking responsibly, like, you know, having a glass here and there, but you need to know your limits. Exactly. You need to know what you can. And then some people, for them, you know, they don't think that they have a problem, and they don't want to act, or they're too scared to ask for that help. And there is help. And then if there's always like alternatives, you know, to drinking. I actually had someone on my on my show Wine Talk, which I do Wednesday nights on Instagram at 7:30 p.m. at Therealwinesnobs, and she does not drink because she's sober. She's in her sobriety. And I was scared to introduce her to non-alcoholic wines because I'm like, this could be a trigger for you. You know, even though it's not alcohol, it's that it's that
the habitual drink, the habitual of using the hand and putting it into the mouth, right?
And she was like, "Oh no, alcohol wasn't my thing. It was drugs."
What she did? What was her hard not to get in her business? You need to say her name so you could say what kind of hard drug she was into, because there's a difference between.
I believe she's a pill popper.
Oh yeah, that's.
Or she was a pill popper.
You know the worst type of drug addictions is those pills that come from the pharmaceutical company.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It ain't weed. Niggas can smoke weed all day till they fucking the room is smoked up and they won't die from weed.
No,
But if
you'll just fall asleep.
Yes.
It'll pass you out.
It'll make you eat a lot.
Yeah.
But if you take a lot of those pills that the pharmaceutical companies that it's like, and let me watch what I say, but I don't even care. Those companies, the pharmaceutical companies and the Surgeon General people that feel like, oh, these is drugs that you can prescribe to people to help them out. It's actually getting people addicted, and y'all don't even care, the government, because y'all want to keep selling.
That's a part of the plan.
I seen something on I do a lot of research on stuff, and this is why I don't post a lot of certain things that keep you like in the know, woke stuff.
Yes.
Because on my Worldorama page, I can't even go live no more.
Wow.
Because of the stuff that I say. So we on the Grindhard TV podcast page, and that's for the entertainment stuff. But what I did research on was the pharmaceutical companies will pay out $5 billion in damages because they make $100 billion off of people getting fucking high off this shit.
Absolutely.
So they don't care about paying out $5 billion in lawsuits because they make $100 billion off of it.
Yeah.
So when your doctor, listen to this, people, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not a doctor. But what I'm saying to you is this. Your doctor will tell you how you have to take these blood pressure medications or this heart monitoring medications or this diabetes medication because they are given incentives to sign those scripts to you. Just know that. If your fat ass or your unhealthy salt eating ass or your too much sugar eating ass, if you change your diet and you stop eating all of that fucking salty food or that sugar, or you worked out excessively and drank more water, you wouldn't have, and you lose a couple pounds, you wouldn't have to take that medication that doctor was sanctioned by the drug companies to give to you and force it on you, because everything out there, you could get something healthy to help you instead of taking this medication.
And I'm living proof of that.
There you go. Look,
I am
talk
living
about it. Talk
proof
about it, Platinum
of that.
Plus.
At least they tried to diagnose me with diabetes, hypertension, and high cholesterol. So I'm like, I love donuts and I love chocolate. So when I went and got my blood drawn that day, it was like right when I got off a donut tour. I went to like 5 different donuts.
You said donut tour.
Yeah, donut tour. Anybody who knows me know I love donuts and I love chocolate. I love them. So I went on a donut tour. You know where they got those big giant donuts selling all over the place now.
Right.
So I went to like 6 different donut spots all throughout the city. It was for my birthday.
Well, it's your birthday. Do what you want.
Birthday. I did what I want. The next day though, I went and got my blood drawn. That's when they told me I was a point away from being diabetic. 1 point away. Then they started telling me I needed some hypertension medicine. So I went to the doctor. I let her give me all the medication, high blood pressure. Now I take my own blood pressure. You know you're supposed to go up a little bit more. It's not the regular anymore, 120/80. Then I realized, how you going to give me medication off of the blood I drew last year, this year? Took the medication anyway, went home and read about it. I never was going to take it. I don't take medication. I don't give a damn what it is, because to piggyback on what you were saying a little while ago about the medication, I actually was in a relationship with somebody that was a pill popper for 15 years. He was good at everything else in the world, 99% except for that. So it was a long struggle, but that's another story. But I never took none of the medications that they gave me. I'm already a health eater. I don't like to call myself a vegan and all of that, because putting labels on it, I don't want nobody seeing me eating my mother macaroni and cheese talking about, oh, Platinum, I thought you was a vegan. You know, people do that. People be hating. You eating a little Beyond Burger, they'll be like, oh, I seen you eating a burger, and it was a Beyond Burger. But this is how people is. And nonetheless, I eat healthy enough to know that it's nowhere in hell I could have these things. When I read what the medication does to you, and that you can't just abruptly stop taking the medication, I said, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I wish I would take these big ass horse pills for anything.
See, that's the reason why when they told
on
me that shit, I was scared because I was more so nervous, no disrespect, respectfully. I was more so nervous about it fucking with my male libido. And you know, as a man that's a full heterosexual man, that's an alpha male, my shit gotta work.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's the problem. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when they told me all that, I was like, Doc, so what's up with me working out and eating healthy and eating everything that could turn that around?
Right.
And she was like, no, you got to take this.
Right.
I was like, nah, mama, you fucked up telling me that.
I didn't take it either. I never took it.
Telling me that.
Never took one pill, not one time. And I changed, I didn't have too much to change. That's what was really bugging me out. Because I was like, nah, I already eat healthy. They bugged out. But also when you do eat healthy, a lot of times your body craves that sugar so bad.
But that's when you are kind of like on a verge of being a diabetic, when you need sugar. And sugar is so addictive. Like sugar's more addictive than alcohol and weed and drugs. Right. Sugar is the main thing that is fucking everybody up. But we so addicted to it. Because I find myself when I'm in the crib and I eat a meal, I be wanting something sweet.
Absolutely, afterwards.
And it's like that sugar calls you. So it obviously has like an addictive like trait to it that makes you want it.
Well, you just got to trick your mind.
You know that
you trick your brain.
Sugar and cocaine light up the same portions of your brain.
That's right. Them endorphins, they let out the same endorphins.
They talking that shit here.
Yeah, I studied the brain for 7 years, so I absolutely know about all
they
of
light
those
up
things.
the same portions of your brain. And then when you think about it, like when my mother was coming up, because my mother just turned 70, she gonna be mad that I said that.
Yeah, my mom too.
But she still is gorgeous.
You gotta enjoy your moms in these ages now. My mom's she'll be 72 this year, and I take my moms to the laundry, to the supermarket. I take out to eat sometimes. I spend a lot of time with my moms because you know this is the end. It's like they It's like it ain't too much longer to go.
Yeah, they got you got like a good 20 years.
Maybe. Right, inshallah.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you know 75 stuff be happening.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yes, but my mom always says that, like, you know, we are of the world, and that everything on this planet, there's something on this planet to heal all of us. So
absolutely,
yes, that's what it is. Like everything is here on this planet that you can take. Like it's easy stuff like thyme and nutmeg and seasons that we use.
Right.
Cinnamon, like it's stuff, garlic, ginger. Like if you take massive of this, it will stop things that they want to give you medication for.
Yeah, like what's that rap? Big Sean, because I love Big Sean.
Dope artist.
Yeah, he had like a heart condition, and then his mother, they told him they was gonna have to do an emergency like thing
operation
on him.
Right.
For his heart, and his mother was like, "No, you don't need that." And I think he started taking MSG. I think that's what it is.
MSG that they put in Chinese food?
No, maybe I'm wrong. But he took some magnesium.
Magnesium. Okay, I know about that.
Yes,
that's
great. He started taking magnesium, not MSG, y'all. Yeah. Magnesium. And he took magnesium, and it totally cleared up whatever he needed. He didn't even need to have the surgery.
But that's the thing about it. Like you can easily Google what like natural ailment stops certain things, and you could just take that excessively.
Yes.
Why take these pills? Because every time you take a pill, they say, "Oh, when you take this pill, you're gonna have stomach aches, diarrhea,
everything. Your head gonna fall off.
Your head gonna fall off.
Like it's like just take the natural things for it. Look it up. Google it. You know, when people get sick nowadays, they'll go on that MD thing, and they'll find out. They'll diagnose whatever's wrong with them, and then they'll diagnose what fights it naturally.
No, you can't do that. You can't. WebMD.
WebMD, that's what it's called.
WebMD will have you thinking that you have cancer.
Wow.
And that you are on your way to dying. Do not listen to WebMD.
But even when you go to the doctor,
sometimes you just need a vacation.
Right. Right. But even when you go to the doctor, they'll prescribe something for you and say, "Oh, you got high blood pressure, you got hypertension." Right. Just Google what brings down blood pressure. What opens up valves in hearts?
That's right.
What helps cholesterol? And that's all what you take. Also, a little exercise too. Exercise, get the blood pressure, get the blood flowing and stuff like that. But take those healthy remedies. This is why Dr. Sebi was killed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because he knew what you can take
Absolutely.
to fight the things, and the pharmaceutical companies, they didn't like that.
And he was going around saying he had the cure for AIDS. And
He had the cure for AIDS,
and he didn't want that.
everything.
yeah.
They was like, oh, hell
Hell no, we gonna get
when
you
you
outta
think
here.
about it, right? Just see, now we talking about shit.
Yeah.
We're going to get into this real quick. We got a little bit more time left. Now, if they was able to find a vaccination
For COVID.
so fast, why the fuck is AIDS still killing people? Now they talking about this monkeypox shit is mainly spread by gay men's sex, but yet AIDS was the first disease that was supposed to be gay men. Why y'all ain't find a cure for AIDS yet? They already found something that could slow it down. Like there's gay men out there that can take what do they call it, a breather and all this other shit,
Yeah, and then
whatever
not
it is,
spread
and
it
they
or
won't even
pass it.
spread it.
Yeah.
So why haven't y'all found a cure yet?
If they can get it down that low, I'm pretty sure that they can find a
Exactly.
cure for it. But it's big business. They want you to come out. They want you to spend that money. They want you to keep going.
So basically, keeping people sick is what they really need.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right,
make
so just listen to, I've got to shout out my boy Paul Harvey. He's not even here anymore in this world. But read.
God bless the dead.
Yeah, God bless the dead. This is a man that was a journalist, if I'm not mistaken. His name is Paul Harvey. I implore you all, Google it. Paul Harvey, If I Were the Devil, 1965. Please, Google it, listen to that man's speech, and it will, if not bring you to tears, open up your eyes enough to make you understand that everything was set up, everything was planned, everything was programmed. So I'm a big conspiracy theorist. So
Yo,
I'm
some
not
of these
somebody
conspiracy theorists is real. It's not like
it's about
not
using
even
your
a
knowledge,
conspiracy
I mean, look at
theorist.
all the conspiracy theorists about the aliens. Look at how that turned out. We had the United States government sitting up here talking about, oh yeah, for 50 years, 50,
Yeah.
we've known about unidentified flying phenomenon.
Absolutely.
So if you knew that there were UFOs in the world, but you guys sat there and said that there wasn't for so long, means that there are aliens here, but y'all just not telling us yet.
Of course not.
It's a whole bunch
maybe
of
in
stuff
like
they're not
another
telling
20
us.
years. But you know that Japanese ambassador, the one who just got killed. I don't know his name.
Right. Well, that's not American, so you wouldn't.
But he just got killed. But he was one of the first people to say that, there are aliens. We know about aliens, and we've known about them for 50 years.
Right.
Well, when you watch these shows, a lot of people, I've been enlightened for over 20 years on that. I've been woke, as they say, right? I'm talking about so woke that I started out when it was computers with the big fat computers, with the
towers.
The towers.
Yeah.
They used to shut me and my girlfriend down. I'm talking about shut it off.
That's what Instagram does with me. That's why I got to watch what I post.
Right, you have to watch what you post, watch what you say. But yeah, it's been a lot of things out there that if you really take the time out and watch the shows and understand what's happening, my view of watching movies is so different than it was 20 years ago because now I know what's happening when I'm watching it.
Yeah.
It's so many subliminals.
Light always imitates.
Yeah,
Movies always imitate light. Yeah,
and you
reality.
want to say, listen.
See, people
it's
don't
just a
understand. Like
movie.
when they look at these movies and it be like a movie
Gotta be
with a
real. Where
topic
they get
that
it
you
from?
thinking that is not real.
Where they get it
Just
from?
think about how many movies came out back in the days where now the shit is really
That's
happening.
right.
Yeah.
Remember this whole pandemic thing? There was movies out about
Outbreak.
this.
Outbreak.
All
That's
of this
right.
shit.
Yeah.
Outbreak.
There was movies out about
Is
this.
that the one with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Maura Kelly? Is that
think
one
that-
called
I think
Outbreak?
that's-
It was two. It was like Outbreak and then it was some other shit.
Yeah.
But it was exactly
The
what
one-
happened in real life is what happened in that movie. So they're like telling you what's really about to happen and
Absolutely.
you think it's just some
The
entertainment
Walking
shit.
Dead is ill. If you watch The Walking Dead, oh man, The Walking Dead is something serious.
I never was really a zombie
Yeah,
movie
it's
guy.
beyond that
But,
though. Is
yeah.
the zombie is the play is the to make you
plague.
right? Is to make you what is the illusion?
Yeah.
The zombie is the illusion of what's going on in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You have to be very very strategically keen on what's going on and really woke. I hate to use that word, but
No, but that's the word.
That's the word. Woke and enlightened and be able to see things clearly than just saying that this is a green wall we're sitting behind.
I believe Pfizer just got a pill that cures cancer.
Wow.
Like
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's Pfizer or it's some other German pharmaceutical, and they have a pill that cures cancer. So far, it's still in its testing phase, like its trial.
Isn't that how that movie X with Brad Pitt started? Everybody was trying to take a pill.
No. It was I Am Legend.
No. It wasn't. It was I Am Legend too.
Yeah.
But what was the movie where all of the zombies was trying to climb up the wall?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
It was because they was trying to take a cancer medication. And it turned everybody into zombies.
I don't remember that one.
It was called Generation X
or something like that.
Something like that.
Look at that.
I think I've seen Generation X.
Everybody tried to take a cancer medication and it turned them into zombies.
And I Am Legend, it was the same way. Yep.
I Am Legend was a good movie too.
Yeah, it was Will Smith.
That whole Will Smith shit, like I don't want to talk about. Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
But y'all, before we go into anything else, because we ain't got too much time left, I want to ask you, like, who is your friend that you came here with? Dude got the camera. He's very muscular. He's doing his thing with his Yankees hat on. Like, New York City was good, bro. Like, tell us who you know what I'm saying, your guest is with us.
This is my best friend, Ed. You may know him as Two Irie.
Two Irie.
Yes.
On you from the Caribbean?
Yeah. Full-blooded. Okay. He is.
What Guan?
Yes. He is a fitness guru. He does all things fitness, and he's been my best friend since like 10th grade.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yo, isn't it good to have females as best friends? Like they could put you on to everything. Like you just.
That's how we feel about you, guys.
Yeah.
Well, we got a best friend that's a guy. Yeah. We will learn everything. I grew up with nothing but dudes. I have 6 brothers, and I got off the porch at 8.
Okay, so you was a quick little mama.
I was running around with nothing but guys. And when I tell you dudes can teach you, you guys are something else. But you're not smarter than us. That's a different show. But what y'all teach us?
Quick,
y'all not smarter than us. But we can learn. So we learn a lot from you guys.
Yep.
And the way that we can do things, we're a very strategic creature. The woman, the female.
Yes, y'all are very conniving and deceitful.
I wouldn't use the word conniving or deceitful. We're just strategic and we're smart. We're keen.
Strategic.
Don't be mad because we do it. We do it better. We do every single thing better.
I'm not even gonna lie and say that y'all don't do it better, but the thing about y'all is that us men, we're so that y'all will fuck up, but we won't even see it because we're so. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna front. Ass and titties and pretty feet and legs and all that. Y'all, that supersedes everything to us. And y'all could blatantly do something in our face to let us know, damn, she fucking my man. But we won't see it because we so.
That's deep.
And that's our problem.
Well, let me say to you. Let me say to you about relationships. We can have a show forever about relationships, but I'm sure that my sister here will agree with me. It should be a golden and universal rule that women or men who are already involved, they're off limits. They're off limits. The world would be a better place if women, because it used to be that way. It used to be the golden rule where women knew not to mess with nobody, man.
I don't think that's necessarily
don't
true.
Happen like that.
Yeah,
that they don't do it.
I think since the dawn of time, women have been messing with other people. Women, you got to think about other people, men.
Right.
Yeah, you got to think about like those women used to get in biblical times. Those women used to get stoned to death once they were found. They were adulterous.
Right. The adulteress. They shouldn't be adultery. Adultery shouldn't be a part of our world.
But it exists.
I know.
It does. A lot of women,
we would have a better place
with men that are taken. And
and that's horrible. And that's horrible.
It's horrible to you.
Messing with a married man.
Didn't Fantasia get sued? Yeah, she got sued.
She took that muscle bound guy that she married. She took him.
No, before that.
I do remember.
She got sued.
If more women would get sued and more men would get sued for messing with somebody else's man, they would stop.
But see, men don't get sued. What we do is we got to pay child support.
That's
how we get got.
It should still be a universal rule.
We got to pay child support.
It would be a better place if it was a universal world.
So we got about 10 minutes left, right? Yo, Quelly, I want you to give us some history or some what do you call it?
Trivia.
Trivia. There we go. I want you to give us some trivia so me and Platinum Plus could, try to pick it out.
Give us some trivia. That sounds good.
Okay, all right. So let's see. Let's talk about something that we already said tonight.
Okay.
So who came down to the projects of Slow Bomb and Yonkers to hear Mary sing and sign her?
You know that, Platinum?
I think that was our boy. That was I don't know his name. It wasn't Diddy. We thought it was Diddy. Oh, it was Andre. It was Andre Harrell. Right.
Yeah, that's the producer producer style by poverty right now. You're answering
He got
trivia
that answer.
questions.
Ding, ding, ding,
You know
ding,
what
ding.
I'm
It was
saying?
Andre Harrell.
Bing, bing, bing. Go ahead, give us another one.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna do some wine trivia.
Okay.
So, what does Ramato mean?
I missed that, so you better get it, world.
Oh shit. Ramato. It get you drunk.
Touch the skin.
No,
Ramato.
almost there.
Fermented with the skin.
Ramato means rosé.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
from
okay,
skin
okay.
contact. But you was very, very close.
Good.
The rosé, the light one, that
Yeah.
is lightly with the skin. The other one is
It's reds. They make reds. Yep. Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay. So who did Mary partner with to make her wines?
Oh shit! I just
The guy's name.
It's some Italy guy.
Yes, the Italy dudes, the brothers, the brothers, right?
Yes.
The Italy brothers that
Get it
she
right.
met. She met the Italy brothers.
You gotta get their name though. That's the trivia question.
The Italy brothers, but come on, what if it's Italian?
I don't know, I'm
Your name
drunk.
might be Italian.
Fantanel.
See, fentanyl. I didn't want to say
Fentanyl.
fentanyl.
Fentanyl, which is kind of similar to fentanyl.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Fentanyl.
That's another drug that people are kind of addicted to. Fentanyl.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
scary.
See?
You know.
There's
Very
6 degrees of
scary.
separation. We just spoke about
Yes,
that.
we did.
You know what I'm saying? All right,
Yes.
so go ahead, give us another one.
Oh man, another one. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. So what is the group that Mary helped put on?
The Locks. The Locks. The Locks. The Locks. The Locks. Jada Kiss and the Locks.
See, I want to play so
I know.
bad.
Wish we could
Mary.
play something so bad.
Oh, I think I'm gonna play it at the end of the show. Like, we at the end. I think
What
I'm
you gonna pick?
play
What you gonna pick? Play Everlasting Love.
I'm gonna look for that right now.
Oh my God, that's I think I played Everlasting Love so much
Because
that
you know why I could play it at the end of the show? Because of YouTube, if they clip it and blank it out, then it's the end of the show. So it works out. So we could do that. But I'm gonna go into that. We're gonna go into a Mary record.
Yes.
Finally, we can't do it in the beginning of the show because I don't want, you know what I mean? You know how it goes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dudes, I don't understand. Like, I really appreciate this time where everything is independent and you can make shit happen on your own. But at the same time, it's like, yo, I can't even play certain people's songs, man. Like, it's bad. Like, come on. What's the name of that song, Platinum Plus?
Everlasting Love. Oh, that song, Mary, Mary, that song has taken me through so much in my life at that time. And I said, I'm going to buy a CD. My son said, you want to buy a CD? I said, yeah, I'm going to buy this. I searched because you couldn't find that CD everywhere. It was an Olympic game. It was called Olympics Game. And Quincy Jones had that CD, and Everlasting Love is on there.
I found it.
Listen,
that
just
shit.
the music. Oh man, oh man, come on, man. Woo.
That's in love with Mary J. Blige. We're gonna come back and let y'all know where you can find Quelly and everything at. And then we're gonna end the show. You already know what it is. It's Grindhard TV Podcast.
everlasting love. We slowed it down for y'all. I got y'all nice and like,
That is my joint right there.
We're going to do one more record.
Come on, play Missing You then.
You gotta play something new.
Come on,
No, play something new from the new album.
Missing You then. Oh, you want to play your hit now? I got one.
I'm playing the new shit right now. This
This is a real B&A.
Fuck. Like, why these commercials is playing me like this? Like, come on, commercials.
Let me know when you pass it.
All right, it's coming.
We the best music.
It's the one that she mentioned the wine in her joint.
Yes, Sun Goddess all day.
Yeah, Mary J. Blige, amazing new single featuring DJ Khaled.
Thing I do is real. Money and a doggy bag, I ain't missing no meals. Don't move on me wrong, I need to save my energy. Everybody, family, leave it to the industry. Heard a lot of that noise, we ain't talking that way. We ain't moving like that, no way, no way. Heard a lot of that noise, only positive vibes. I don't pay it no mind, I don't pay it no mind. Every day like my birthday, bring the cake in. Bring the cake in, bring the cake in. I feel good, I feel great, man, I feel amazing. Man, I feel amazing, man, I feel amazing. Every day celebrate, not just on occasion. On occasion, not just on occasion. I feel good, I feel great, man, I feel amazing. Feel amazing, man, I feel amazing. My crib is so big, I tell the guests to use a map. He wanna play house, I ask him where's the fun in that.
Let's go.
Seeing all these blessings, man, I think I pray too much. Lately I've been feeling like I turn up way too much. Where the drink, for the drink? Sun got us all day. Raise the glasses up, party, party. Man's really going down. Make your way to the crowd. Right now, right now, right now, right now. I feel too wavy, you can save me. I meditate on a daily to keep sane. I mean, I'm going on my mind, I'm going crazy. I think it might be my season, I'm elevated. Hey. Every day like my birthday, bring the cake in. Bring the cake in, bring the cake in. I feel good, I feel great, man, I feel amazing. Man, I feel amazing, man, I feel amazing. Every day celebrate, not just on occasion. On occasion, not just on occasion. I feel good, I feel great, man, I feel amazing. Feel amazing, man, I feel amazing.
Big up everybody in the dance right now. If you feeling amazing like we feeling amazing right now, put your lighters up. Lights up. Lighters up. Let's go.
Every day like my birthday, bring the cake in. Bring the cake in. Bring the cake in. I feel good, I feel great, man, I feel amazing. Man, I feel amazing. Man, I feel amazing. Every day celebrate, not just on occasion. On occasion, not just on occasion. I feel good, I feel great, man, I feel amazing.
Mary,
feel amazing. Man, I feel amazing.
Blige.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Roy the Rama, Grindhard TV podcast. We here with my special guest host, Platinum Plus P, and we got Quelly from Wine Talk, Sun Goddess Wines,
I'm in the
little sister
building.
Mary J. Blige. Now, I want to ask you a question real quick, and I just want to know that Mary J. Blige, she's been in the game for so many years, and that you know, she's been with Puff, moved on to do a whole bunch of shit with like 50 and different things of that sort. What's the situation with when she was married to the guy with the daughter? Because she's on like a hip hop, growing up hip hop. And is it true that Mary J. Blige had to like fund them for a little while through like the divorce? She had to like pay for this girl or something like that?
Okay, we're talking about Brianna.
Correct.
So I don't know about Brianna receiving any funding. I do know that during her divorce, like, you know, when they were going through it, Kendu did receive, it's public knowledge, you know.
Yes.
So Kendu did receive some funding. Did he share it with his daughter and his family? I don't really know.
How does that make you feel as a woman in the game trying to come up and your sister had to go through that? Because you learn from other people's experiences. How does that make you feel? Because you have a child. I don't know if you still with the dad or nothing like that, but how does that make you feel that knowing that you would have to fund a person's lifestyle off of him being with you. Like, does that make you feel in any way like how you got to watch how you move and things of that sort?
I mean, I feel like you do crazy shit for love. She did love him at one point. And, you know, it's unfortunate what happened between them. But I feel like as a man, you go out there and you get your own. Like, I feel like that was some sucker shit.
Absolutely.
Some real shit.
See,
and as a Mary J. Blige fan, F you, Kenzo, because you should have did that to my girl. That's how we felt.
But is it only cool for women to do it to men?
Nah.
I don't think
Of course
it's cool.
not.
I don't think it's cool for anybody to do
Either
it.
one.
If you
That's her
came
money.
in-
She made
If
that.
you came in with nothing, you should leave with nothing.
That's right.
Right. Leave with what you came in with.
That's right.
Or you know, sometimes you put stuff in a relationship. Like I know, I love Candy Burris and her husband Todd, and I know they have a lot of things that they put in together as a business. And you know, when you put things in and shit don't work out, you should rectify that. But when you don't do shit, when you didn't give shit,
basically.
when you didn't put shit in, you
Right.
leave with shit.
Right.
He didn't do anything. Why should he have gotten anything from my girl Mary?
Right.
And that's just like I said, I'm just a fan only. I always make sure I say that. I don't know these people, so let's be clear. But I am going to say as a fan, he shouldn't have did that to Mary. That was 125% wrong. He should have worked for his own money. My girl been in the game hustling since in the 90s doing her thing. How dare him?
But at being a devil's advocate, you don't think that maybe with all of the stuff that she went through with men and relationships, that he kind of brought her back to her solace to where she could feel like secure again, to where she wants to do that and stuff like that. So I don't agree with him trying to get her to pay him for a lifestyle to take care of his kids that wasn't hers. But I think he provided something to her, because I remember like way back in the days that
He didn't provide anything
And the
to
things
my
he did
sister. He didn't. I'm sorry. I don't want to sit here
Say how you feel.
and downplay him just because he's my sister. But he didn't provide anything for my sister, and he didn't come in with nothing, and he didn't provide nothing, because if you did provide something, then you would have gotten anything. You would have gotten what you were for. My sister's a fair woman. At the end of the day, what's fair is fair. What's right is right, and what's wrong is motherfucking wrong. He didn't do anything.
So he just provided dick practically.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting ready to say. Everything he provided was intangible. Why should he walk away with what you came with? What was right between your legs? Like, come on, she could have got that from anybody. And you was with Mary, bro. Like, you should be happy that you was just with Mary for all those years.
Because I heard they broke up because he was cheating on her.
The nerve of him.
How could you do that?
The nerve of him.
Stupid. You had Mary J. Blige.
The nerve.
Idiot.
But that's what happened
You
was
supposed
that
to
they
swallow
get
her knob every night.
He got his head got big because he was with Mary J. Blige. That's what happens to some of these dudes. They get with a woman like her, and then they get so gassed because they with a woman like that. It make them think that they better than what they really are. How dare him? Vice versa. Believe me, I'm not coming down.
There's a
It's
whole
person
bunch of
thing.
shows, Basketball Wives, and all that shit
absolutely.
of women that came up
But
off
you're
of some
supposed,
dude.
to, you're supposed to make a lane for yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's and you're supposed to make a lane for yourself. And at the end of the day, when you are with somebody and you have that influence and you have that presence, you're supposed to make a lane for yourself.
Right.
Kendu was supposed to make a lane for himself.
didn't.
And he didn't. And that's why nobody's talking about Kendu, and he is in oblivion.
Right.
He fell off the face of the planet.
Right.
Where
Yeah,
is
he
he?
did.
He's Where's Waldo in this
Right.
bitch.
I ain't even gonna hold you, Kendu. Like, you kind of like played yourself, because how the fuck you cheating on Mary J. Blige?
It makes no sense
Like,
to me.
you know how many motherfuckers wanted Mary J. Blige?
And
You
still
cheating on
do.
her? Like, you're bugging. But look, what I want to do is, this is now the end of the show. We said what we had to say about everything we needed to say about, and I want Quelly to tell us how they can find her and how they can connect to get the Sun Goddess wines in their store.
Okay, guys, so you can find me on Instagram at Therealwinesnobs. You can also find me at online at therealwinesnobs.com. So
Yes. Yo, tell them
Good
more
wine.
about you. Tell them more about you. Tell them, because you over there getting saucy. You getting
I mean, very
I'm
good
lit
wine.
right now.
It's what I can tell
I'm
y'all.
lit off this wine right now.
Very good wine. Y'all know where to find me at Platinum Plus P Entertainment all day.
August 20th, you doing your
August
thing?
20th, coming out and see me. Independent artists, hit me up. Come and see me. We got a good deal for y'all. Good after deal for you. It's going to be very lucrative. And sorry, y'all know I ain't drinking 8 years. They're going to give me wine.
You already know what it is, yo. Yo, I'd like to thank my guest, Quelly, coming through. You know what I'm saying? With her special guest cameraman, you know what I'm saying? Physique, fitness guy, you know what I'm saying? Her best friend. I'd like to thank Platinum Plus P for being my special guest host today. I'd like to thank Style by Poverty, my guy Mav, for producing my show every fucking week whenever I come in here if I'm not on vacation. And I want to thank Mary J. Blige for being the queen that you are. I love you.
Love you,
know what
Mary.
I'm saying? I'm always going to listen to your music. I'm always going to support you. It's always a go with me and your sister and the family. If I can be invited to Thanksgiving dinner, I'm pulling up.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I will come with the camera.
You come to Westchester.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no Yonkers. I know how to get up there. I know how to drive there. You know what I'm saying? I got a car. Let's go. Let's do it. And we're going to see y'all in the next event. We're going to be live again on 40 Deuce. We doing these shits like every week out here. Shout out my guy, DJ Weighty Wolf. Shout out the music I played tonight, my new single, Saturday with Blue Diaz. Queens Get the Money. Rest in peace, Prodigy. And we're going to see you at the next event. It's your boy, World of Rama, Grindhard TV, and we out. Peace.